Salam. Kami tu'ulu kami allokum. Here we go. The day is here. Tama'alti nahatle. Tesla. Let's go with it. Tesla, guys. Yeah. Balu. Okay. PC. Okay. Almost 4 p.m. All right. Right now, where we at, guys? Market Tesla. Focus on Tesla. Look at this. We have closed almost 338. So now we get after Tesla. Look at that. All right. Tesla. Yep, what delay. All right. So, قرم أبو خلكم أبي إن نرخبون نزبل حتى أحوات الشركة قبركم earning نايزخون كامباني نحر earning دليكم مشرتيو أوكي جوجل كيكم نابن تسلا investor relation تبلو كليك قبرو لا علي whatever Nvidia تريلهم Nvidia Apple تريلهم Apple مالتيو then click this. All right, Q1 April 2025 press release and then abzi akhmat download ngebrayna ta financial malati abzi financial download kebrna እዚ ኪው ሕተን መልስን ዝሕተትዩ so ንኣብነት ሕተን መልስን ንህለኩም እንታይ እዮም ዝሓቱ ዘሎ እዚ ኣሎ ሓደ ብሓደ ክሕተት እዩ ድሕሪ ፍርቂ ሰዓት ኣካባቢ ክመፀና ኢላን ማስክ ድሓን ክኸደ ዋን ባይ ዋን ምሳኹም እዚ ሕተን መልስን ምዚ ንሕና ወይ ከዓ እዚ ኣውፂናዮ ዘለና ይኸይዶ Habesha Education እንታይ ኢና ዘለና ህለኩም 1 2 ክሳብ 10 ይኸውን ኣብ ስታት ክመጽ እዩ እዚ ሕተን መልስን ማች ይገብር ዶ let's get it a little bit larger this Paul انتخب اللي بزعبا FSD كالي like let's back so እዚ retailer ዝሓትዎም እቶም analyst ወይ ከዓ Wall Street ዝሓትዎ ሕቶ ብውሽጢ እዩ so እዚኣ ከይትርስዕዋ እንዳበልና all right let's go with it release ኣብዚኣ ክትመፀና ካልእ ብምቕፃል as of now yeah I did close today ኣብ ከለኹ ማርኬት ስለምንታይ ኢሎም ማዓንቲ ጽቡቕ ክሎዝ ገይሩ ንዝብል ሕቶ CNBC because of scat እዚ treasury department ሓላፊ እዩ ኩሉ ሻዕ እንታይ ኢለኩም scat እዚ president Jerome Powell እዚኦም ክዕገሩ ከለዉ ኣብ ማርኬት that is time to buy ማለት እንታይ ኢልና scat ኣብዚኣ ጽሕፍት ንህትልኩም እዚ ንኸዶ ዘለና ምስ ቻይና ኣይዋፅእን እዚ ከዓ ኣዝዩ ሃሳይ ምዃኑ እዩ ገሊጹ ሃሳይ ስለ ዝኾነ ነዚ ኣብ ዝሓፀረ ግዜ ዲ-እስክሌተር ማለት lower ከም ንገብሮ ከም ንዛራረብ ከም ንራዳ ዲል ከም ንገብር እዩ ተዛሪቡ ዘሎ ምስ ቻይና that's a good news this is great news ብሰንኩ ንህለኩም ሎማዓንቲ like USA እንተኸድና all green down is ልዕሊ ሽሕ ይኾን base point increase ገይሩ ኣሎ S&P ከምኡ 129 ወይ ከዓ 2.51% ነዚ ካልእ እንድሕር ታሪዝን ክንታ hope ወይ ከዓ ተስፋ ኣለና ምስ ቻይና ምርዳእ ኣብ ዝሓፀረ ግዜ ኢሉ ዘሎ of course ብውሽጢ ይዛረሩ ብሎ that's all ብተስፋ ማርኬት ናብ ዚኣ ተቐይራ ዘላ let me go what is I hope it's not out yet. إذا 4 فرعني. Tell me that. إذا 4 دياتي كنت نقرنا report 4 مسيلني. Why they are too late? We got 4:30. I wrote this 4. ما قبل أذي ولا عقد حنيق أني دامتي أبرح اللي ود حوبي أنا 4 مسيلني بر 4 فرع أنت زخوني ردا مت أنا حكون دقص إلى ممت أخو. Hi, yeah, market snapshot. Triwallahum why it's so green today because of all this news. That's all. That Miss China زلو سلازي واصل تتخيدي زلو خيدي أقداسنت كم زي بقول يقليسو جن كن رادع مخانا كم يلقصل كم زي كل سلازي بالي سكات بنسمنت سكات تريجر ديبارتمنت حلافي ماركتنا بزي هوب راح يلوم ما أنت تغيروا كلا يكون. That's all. European German Central Bank أنتايلوم نجرون باول فاير مبال زاربو زلو ترامب yeah fire كم زي قبر امتزاري بمالي. This is German. Yeah, Central Bank. Good point. Good point. All right. So market كله green كوينو ترينا كمالي 1.1 trillion هون داون كوينا نيرنا حوات S&P. We are up almost 1.1. The same night مالي لز قبرنا 2.5 up كيرو له مالتي. كلن bigs up كوينن بمولن up كوينن الله green. So that news only that small news مالتي. Let's back again, refresh Tesla. There you go, download. It's out, guys. Let's go. Tesla and Tiger. Oh my goodness, it was like perpendicularly down. Down, something not right. Down. Look, this big drop. Down, something not right. All right, let's see what happened. Something not right. Let's see what happened. Download. All right, there you go. This is the new one. Let's get it bigger. Why it's down then? All right. Q1. What? All right. Total revenue. Yeah, my goodness. This is down 19 billion, 19,335 billion. It's miss. About 21 in it's miss. 19 billion 335 My goodness, this is big miss. All right, this is miss. All right, and then gap gross margin is 16.3. Comes a halafa 16.3. It's fine, but this is big miss. Big miss. Sell revenue is miss. 1. Oh my goodness, this is not operating margin is down 2.1. Bad. Not good. Let's see how it's doing Tesla. Wow. I know. Well, announcement the hard says much Elon Musk. Let's see back. Wow. This margin, what? It's like 2.1%. Not good at all. Operating margin. When I had 6.2 in euros, the halafe 10.8, 6.2, like 2.1. Not good. All right. Adjustment. None of that. Net income. Oh my goodness. 409 million. That is not good. All right. EPS 0.12. Very bad. EPS 0.27. Very bad. Very bad. Very bad. My goodness. All right. This is not what we are waiting, but let's see what happened. That's not a big deal. Let's see. All right. Change year over year. Okay. Let's go this. All right. Anyway. So this, am I right? Yeah, Q1 2025. Q1 2025, 19 billion. All right, كدق محوات. إذا 21 billion إنا تسبينا لنا. 21 billion نت بحمسان سلستن تسبينا نيرنا. We missed this. My goodness. The worst is, yeah, EPS. أحوات تري لهم ده. Deleted EPS. non-gap 0.27 is 0.43 ተጸቢና ነርና that's bad negative 40% down coin yes earning out not happy yeah 27 cents oh my goodness 39 cents ተጸቢና ነርና 27 bad and then revenue 1937 billion ረኺብና 21.11 billion እንዳተጸበና this is a big miss all this all right glory not happy and the hand well just patient let's see what it's gonna do let's back to that again all right let's go what we have in here. All right, profitable 0.4 GB operating okay cash yeah cash flow is 2.22 billion yeah all right that's fine and then free cash flow operating new model ramped up unlike other in the factory of automatic and energy market. So what is this in here? Yeah, is a major like this what all right, AI is a major pillar of the growth of Tesla. This is a good report. Let me back that. The border economy and key to our pursuit of the sustainable amounts further like okay AI infrastructure is driven repeatedly like loaded growth okay all right good energy storage product to be stabilized okay good all right shifted energy when it is needed most and provided additional power compared like in current tariff while the current tariff landscape will have relatively larger impact on energy business like this on energy business that's not good okay we are taking actions to stabilize the business in the medium of long term and focus and maintain our healthy okay well that's fine let's see very what ክንጽበይና ንእሽተይ ኣብዚ ኸነንብብ ስለ ዘለና very important the face of the earned blah 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 okay let's go okay in the face of near term profitable low okay the low cost localized manufacturer base that we built to provide advantage in the delivery the best products at the right price are yeah customer global we continue to make a critical high volume investment okay I think so they lost that affordable car navigator mada anyway I don't know why it's coming up not even Elon is not even yet okay let's see now last time can Inazia see yeah operation 2025 time long look this what 2025 will be semi-annual year in Tesla history all right this is the one they gave us then time long FSD supervised like unsupervised come to and they're gonna they will be eventually unlock unsupervised Robotaxi business comes okay which is we expected big launched this later of part of this year I don't see for this year come on this is 2025 where do you go we don't that line is not in here yeah in the face of we don't see that investment will be maintained strong balance sheet during the uncertainty period oh how about in here all right oh like new model Y yeah of course okay mega factory Shanghai yeah okay of course model 3 model Y and Cybertruck now are drive autonomous from the production line to outbound lots in the Fremont and Giga Texas we know that we know all this okay here you go let me go with this somewhere here okay cash quarter in the cash equivalent investment 37 billion ምክንያቱ ሳም ቁርብ ገንዘብ ወሲኾም 36 ስለ ዝነበረ all right this is Not good. Okay, profitable. Okay, reduction vehicle, decline vehicle delivery, increase gross energy. Okay, gross energy generation, storage, profit. Okay, we got that. Lower costs associated with the Cybertruck production ramp in 2024. Yeah, lower cost per vehicle, including lower ramp materials cost per shell. Okay, no increase in operating expense during by AI and other rapid. Okay, well, Elon can base okay. Total revenue decreased 9% year over year. Yeah, 9% decrease girlo 19.3 billion. Yes, revenue was impacted. Okay, decline vehicle. Yeah, decline vehicle delivery in abz halafe. Gross energy, high regularity credit revenue. I needed something about Robotaxi. Okay, how about in here? USA, California, like Nevada, Texas, Gigafactory, Texas. Okay, yeah, we know that. China, Europe. Okay, we got that. Yeah, زين مكان هلاهم without anybody بعلن تعشمز مثلا. Okay, very good. This was volatility with the launch of. Okay, here we go. Look this one. This was a volatility with the launch of FSD supervised in China, which was achieved without access to country-specific train data. Model 3 and Model and the Cybertruck now driven autonomously without human supervised. Yeah, I know somebody. From the production line to the autobahns logistic to we remained on track. Look this. We remained on track for pilot launch Robotaxi in Essen by June. This is what we are looking for. Here you go. This is the one we want. Come on. All right. There you go. This is the best impact. All right. So what should you say? Robotaxi pilot launch. That means a big one. Yeah. And look this. Build Optimus on up California as a front pilot production inline 2025. My goodness. With a wide deployment of bots doing useful work access. Here you go. This is a good news. Perfect. This is what we are waiting, guys. All right. This is the great news happening here. All right. So that means Robotaxi is here in June. And an Optimus by a robots called yeah, build the Honolulu of California, the law framing production line in 2025. This is the best news. That's why Tesla, they don't care about, look this, it's 240. They don't care about revenue. They are looking is, oh my goodness, I'm not sharing with you guys. My goodness. My goodness. I am sorry. All right, I was shocked. All right, here you go. Somebody should correct me. Okay, so this is the great news in here. Like artificial intelligence software and hardware. So that's why Tesla, no more mechanic production. No more. What the hell is I'm doing in here? This is... I'm sorry, guys. I should... Oh, my goodness. What happened is not... Here you go. All right. So artificial intelligence and software hardware. This is the main source. Why Tesla? Here you go. This, we believe that, okay, our approach to autonomous. That's it. Autonomous somebody they sub making it work like robots. A vision only artificial with with end-to-end neutral networks trained on billions of examples of real-world data. Perfect. Like that. There you go. Will result in like scalable and safe development across diverse geographies and use cases. This was volatility. That's why volatility there. So abaya ina model 3 ina model Y ina ab China ina ab Cybertruck ina izim kullen bizay sub is what as a model 3 model Y Cybertruck. This is all without human supervisor. There you go. And from the production line as well there to the outbound logistic, a lot out of our like okay, we remain on track for pilot launch Robotaxi in Austin, Texas by June. There you go. We like it. And builds of Optimus robots mallet on our the Fremont Night California Zolo factor mallet gigafactor pilot production line in 2025 with a wide development of bots doing useful work across our factors. Boom. So let's call Tesla is from now artificial intelligence software and hardware. That's all. Vehicle and other softwares. Okay. A major benefits. Okay. A major benefit are software denied production, continuous improvement of manufacturing. All right. Battery, yes, of course. All right. Energy generation, energy is number one. Very good. Service as a gross profit growth 25% year over year. Okay. Service, ሰለስተ ነገር እዩ ዘለና ኢልና ሕጂ energy, service, and mechanical. Service and other gross profit grows 25% year over year. Good. Services grow. Good. Thanks for improvement, Malati. All right. Outlook. Here you go. The outlook. Here you go. All right. Let me Ilan 4 فرعانيهم الصحوات. We have 10 minutes. Production. All right. Let's go. Look this. Production. انت عنا production. قصينا هالموتينا. Cash 37 billion as of now. Okay. Profit, let me read this. While we continue exit innovations of reduction of cost of manufacturing and operation, over time we expected our hard-related profit be accompanied by accelerator of AI software and flat-based profit. That's it. AI plan. Here you go. Plan for new vehicles. What is the new one? Including more affordable models. Here you go. Whoa. Remain on track to start production the first half of 2025. Here we go. We are going to see that Isran Hamushan Sheikh dollar Zuaga Amekina. We will see that. All right. These vehicles will like next generation platform. That's 25,000. As well as aspects for our current platform and will be produced on the same manufacturer lineup according to the vehicle lineup. Okay. This approach will result in achieving less than cost of production, closing expenses, more capital efficient. This should help us fully utilize our current expected maximum of close to 3 million. My goodness, look at this. Okay, this will be 3 million vehicles enable more than 6% growth over 2024 production before investing in new manufacturing. Oh, whoa. This is good. Look this one. لعل 3 مليون هون مكان. As of now, growth comes go like more than 6% growth over 2025. Over 2024. This is a big. That's why Tesla is up. That's why all kind of down now, but you know, will be up for sure. So that's why it is. That's why it is. Tesla is up. Okay, let me back again. Where you go? Come here, give me that. No. Yes. More than 6% growth like over 2025 production. All right. Our purpose to build Robotaxi products. Okay, yes. Cybercab. So unboxed manufacturer strengths and it is scheduled for volume production start 2026. I like that too. All right. Volume production 2026 or the Cybertruck. No, sorry, Cybercab. I mean, it's June هجي جميرة دحر 6 ورحي volume production, big volume production. Here you go. This is the one we are waiting for. Robotaxi. Robotaxi حادي حزوا بزي. And then the affordable model كلته. Optimus عتبر إخمهم أرينا على سلسته. We have this all. Look this. What is this? Yeah, new models delivery event. Okay. I just want to be. Well, I think so. This is coming soon. Tesla dinner. This is in Los Angeles. I think so. This is Los Angeles. This is semi-truck. What? Semi-truck. This is nice semi-truck factory in Nevada. Construction progress continued in Q1. بزعبا زي أون كسمعنا. What is this? Cybertruck 5-star crash safety. Yeah, Cybertruck #1 safety. All right, Powerwall. Yes, that's good. China meeting. That's good one. China Mega Factory Shanghai. What is this? Optimus. Yes, yes. This is what we want. Robots. The manufacturer. Here you go. There you go, guys. There you go. There you go. Actually, this is gonna be the عالم كيار. I know صراحة حدقنا. I'm sorry. This is the one. 1, 2, 3, 4 line up. All right, Ilan. Let me see. Ilan, please. Okay. Okay. We want financial statement. I know financial statement. Like not really happy. Big miss. Let's go. All right. I think that's all. I thought I seen something. Okay. All right. So the outlook, this one. It's difficult to measure impact of the shift in global trade. Okay. Okay. Let's back to our software. Look this out. Yeah, full self-driving so far. كسابيجي up Texas راح نرقل لنا. Only in Texas. مالتيو. As of now. Oh, I can type in here. Like up Texas راح يقنا لنا. Yeah, Robotaxi by June. All right, that is proof. Okay, the launch of Robotaxi, yes. The FSD approval mality. Launch of Robotaxi by June in Texas, yes. Got that approved. Production of Robotaxi robots by 2025, yes, we got that approved. That too. We seen it, guys. Yes. Space. Yes. Semi-track, on track, yes, we seen it. This year, 2025 mileage. All right, what do we have? June. All right, introduction of the more affordable car. Yes, we see it. Like now. Established the Gigafactory in India. Not yet. Let's see. Abnai Ilan Taibilana. Now. I didn't hear any about it. Yellow. No, yellow is not good color. Summer. Expansion of Tesla in Saudi Arabia. No, we didn't see that yet. Yellow mality gun. Can be testify. Expansion to increase sales volume by 2020. Sir, yeah, we seen it. Like he said, it almost about 60% from 2024. Like about 3 million. Cap hijab amat malit bahatsir 12 months from now, see, we'll have it like about 3 million. That's a big one. Yes, we see that growth in energy sector. Yes, we see that 25% growth up year over year. Why? Or why? التريد أنا approved جبرنا يا أخوان. Elon Musk ملص دنا full time. Not yet. I didn't hear that. Okay, this is our. Okay, yes. Expected revenue 21. No, we miss it. Miss it. 19 point 11. I don't know, something 19 something billion. What is this? Let me go with it. Yeah, 1934 and then 27 cent. 1934 billion. And then EPS, yes, we missed that. Big miss, my goodness. 0.27 cent, my goodness. Okay, miss. All right, technically we miss all the financials, Malik. Cash as of now, like it has about 37 billion. That's a good money. Okay, good money. Good. Okay. So that's what Elon Musk is showed up. What are you doing Tesla again? Yeah, it's about kind of confused, but it looks line up. What? It looks line up, but it's not happy yet. Listen. Let me know when the smart. Oh, wow. Still we have like that's like like 58 more minutes. Okay, seconds. Okay. We have not ready yet. Okay. All right. Yes. Yeah, we'll see this. أبزغ نسمع لنا خمسي إلان. And that's what we're waiting. Okay, let's back again. Operating cash flow like 14.9 billion in 2024. What is this? Is this night 2024? مس آخر رقم قصير let's go صحوة مثلني. Let's back again to Outlook night company. Okay. Expenditures, any of them? Let's go back to income statement. Okay. Is there any? Wow, look this, Hawat. Look this. Artificial intelligence software and then hardware is like, this is the Tesla you're going to call from now. No more. Skilling up. Look this. It's skilling up. FSD miles on volume 12 and beyond. This is skilling up, guys. Energy and service. Energy is like busted, like big, right? Look this, Hawat. Look this, Kameniru. Let me back this. Like Q1 2025 in like busted big. Here we go. Q4 2024 abzinero, and then Q1 2024 energy and service and other gross profit. Look this, except مكينات راح أقدعتنا. Of course we know that. رقم تقدع نسا. Okay. Anything? We're gonna take something. Love the new model is selling a lot. Okay. Semi-truck is the hydro. Okay. Yeah, robots. There you go. All right, let's go. Let's read some in here. Yep. Like, look, auto sales, Naime shell, Q1 2024 حوات رايوا. كساب إيلان دمتنا أبز قرب كنبل. Like Q1 2024 is 16 بليون 460 يورو. Q1 2025 10 بليون. This is a big difference. That's what it is. معناته موديل واي بمولو Q1 هيتشتتني. Big. So Q2 طريقهم 18 بليون and Q3 is 18 بليون. Q4 18 بليون. We expected cap Q2 جميرنا لعلى 18 لعلى 20 بليون كر لنا هجي. And then like automotive sale is what is that? Other energy and total out. Okay, energy is 2.2 billion, 2.6 billion, 2.7 billion, 2.8 billion, 2.6 billion. Still, it's okay. Not bad. yeah leasing نبعلو 17 okay so yeah gross profit is like not really good. The gross profit is 3.6 billion euro 2024 هيجيكن 3.1 billion yeah because of big difference. And then income from operation is 1.1 billion or 1.6 2 point قال هيجيكن 399 million, not even a billion. That's a big one. This is really not really but it's not negative actually. We are okay. So net income, that's why yes, that's why EPS not diluted EPS is like almost 27 ማለት 0.12 0.30 the share outstanding share is still high 3.5 3.5 21 3.5 27 okay balance sheet. What do we have in the balance sheet? Cash and cash equivalent up March 3 billion 3 billion 3 billion 3 billion 31 March 2025 is about 3.7. All right, then blah blah deduction colli. Okay, anyway it's still a strong financially ولا حنت بزح تسقم يكونن ግን it's a big drop, not expected by the way. Cash and cash equivalent 17 17 15. Cap spending. What is the cap spending? Yes, capital expenditure. Look at this. Kunde hon was I go low. Well, that's good one. Lower. The halafa gizi almost 2.7 billion, 3.5 billion. Hijigan 1.4 billion. Yeah, that's a good one. Malet. Nazam kullum ksarhus buzuhut ay tatayusun. That's a good one. Yeah, إيلان كسمعينا أحوات إيلان نانس بزلنا كال زخنا ديجن مقباري دا تات أقرب أقداس نبلو. بحنساب لنا. Okay. So what we want to see, total liability is of course enjoy with this number one big nigger. Yep, enjoy this all article of the other labula. Then artificial software is very pumped up. Look this what. Whoa, FSD miles. Whoa. Yeah. All right. So production abzin lokum stats model S, model X, model 3, model Y azin production zalla. The cybercab construction. There you go. Yeah, that's right in here. Tesla semi is construction. That's right in here. Yeah, road. Yeah, the Akhanai design development is going to be to be announced below. Let's go to Q&A questions. Oh wow, who's gonna wait that much? حتتات كنت بين نخل عقلت قبلكم أحوات. If there is any question دام لسنا عند قبلنا كين. Okay. حتتات كنت راح عليك retailer دي مالتي. What are the highest risk items on the critical path to Robotaxi launch on scaling? Well, already he's gonna just buy June comes and girna low. Right, 2026 got big mass production. Low. Let's go with that. When will FSD unsupervised be available for personal use on a personal owner car? All right, let's say أنا تسلا ويكام any ماكينة عند حرجة زي معاسيا full self drive ويك FSD كتقم زغل personal use I know about Robotaxi لو معاسيا كنريعنا انتاي لي ملس ابزا حتى زيا انا is Tesla still on track to release the more affordable model is ريقهم معهم still now لنالو خليش عين زنقع عن الساعة ابتا sorry where you go outlook ازيا الله still on track and plans for new model new vehicle including affordable model silnalo still first half of 2025 مالت ابز غلط ورحسي ختمصيا مالت first half of 2025 مالت حوات كساب جون زلو مالتي still كنت بيانازا still this vehicle is like way game changer بلنالو 6% growth over 2025 production let's see what انتايلو منيرو ما ابز حلف اسكي let's see ابزي انتايلو نيرو بقى production this is the highlight outlook okay 25 will be semi-annual there. No, I need the production one. Yes. Profitable. What is the production? Yes, let's see that. Are we looking like enable more than 60% growth over 2021? Well, we have the same one? Yeah, Q4 2024. Yes, Q4 2024. Malit lahala for quarter the انتاك ايرو لابعه products plans of new vehicle including more affordable models remain on track for start production line first half of 20 alasa this vehicle generation this approach will result achieving less cost reduction than previously expected and helps produce sound a lot more capex efficient manners during a certain it's all darga bumbula allazia on purpose built Robotaxi, Cyber Club. Okay, what is changes? Nothing. Here you go. This is the now. All right. Still not changing. Yes, still not changing. Good. Let's see what he's gonna say. Yes. أبغى أقول لازم sentence زيادة product حدش نقرأ أبغى أقول لازم أحوات رأيوه. All right. Okay. Let's go to QA. حطوا نتائج مزلو. Yes. On track كم زلا. Again, مع we don't know. Does Tesla see Robotaxi as like a winner take most market? Let's see. Entirely Minnesota Tesla see like winner the Robotaxi. Can you please provide an update on like unboxed method and how that is progress? I don't know what he's gonna answer this. How is Tesla position itself flexible and adapt to the global economy risk in the form of tariff, politically based like biases? Let's see in Taikamzibel. Does Tesla still have a battery supply constraint noted unlike Q4 ER? I don't know what does that mean. Did Tesla experience like Nazim kullum hatatat Robotaxi is still on track? Yes, of course. We've seen that. Will do you expect the Robotaxi to expand all? I like this. Now Kulan sets. Let's see what he's gonna say, Eli. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. It is. What is the Sami? Investors are often okay. Let me read some of your comments, guys. I don't have okay, salam. Sorry, Antabo. Yeah, yes, 430. Okay, thank you. أنت ود شرموطة ولا لا حدث تود شرموطة تعيقر كذا يتزارب بح تاي مالتي زي نعيد صغل صرفي تاي قبل كهودي Okay. Oh my goodness. ነዚ ክትግዕታ ትርህ ጻዴም ዝብረበታት እንታይ ኮነ እቲ ካይ ምስኪናይ ስኪናይ hasn't okay. Despite the current report, encouraging development may be expected in June. Yep, that's the. Okay. Can you share your screen, please? Yeah, sorry, Ben. Yeah, I did. If Tesla reaches 250 tomorrow, it's likely to climb to 350. Let's see. እንታይ ከም ዝብል ኣብ Elon እንታይ ከም ዝብለና we'll see. But I completely. What is the P ratio 120? I don't think so. As of now. Not, and then you know that it will be ratio is 120. So expected growth by the way 2.65 in this low. As of now 2.65 in the header. Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, you're right then. Let's do that calculation. All right. So expected growth by the end of this year نايب كلتشعن عسران حمشتن 2.65 إذا لنا growth. Then as in her 2.65 in her growth اللي خيلو what is Tesla now? All right, 239.30. 239.30 divided 2.65. Yeah, well, like it is. EPS is about 90 times. 90 times like P ratio. So the 90 times P ratio and her, we expected this almost 32% growth comes Gabrim analyze Mazalo. So if we divided this, let's block this. What is the peg in our activity? If you divided this about 32, yeah, 2.86. This is normal peg ratio. So I think so it's in a good time now. So I know P ratio is about 99. Isra 9 times hello. And then 9 times a growth expected to be was a 32% EPS malatu for the next 4 years. Then peg is 2.8. I know to like regular peg equal to 1 ከሆናሉ 2.8 ካፕትስ ነበረ ተቀድሚ ሄጂ ሲ big difference ዘሎ ማለት እዩ I got it to your point. So but yeah, Bene, sorry. Bene. My bad. Bene. Yeah. Yes. So Bene told the result doesn't find that the valuation of the gross. Yeah. Didn't I know Bene? Let me see that. Already بزعبا AI software company ننظر لنا. We are not speaking بزعبا ماكينة manufacturer قالك ننظر لنا. So بزعبا AI اللي حرزاربالنا P ratio almost peg ناتو peg ناتو almost 2.8 اللي حركبها لنا could be okay. مالك we'll see as long as the كونتات ناي you know the كونتات ناي تعرف اللي حر قرب لو تتامتيو we will see that. Yeah, we'll see that. Yeah, يمان اتم مزقبي لينك شايزر. Yeah, please messenger هايبل مزقبي لينك تدحر. I thought يني ساعات سكتش أكبر لي ساعات 4 فرقاني لو مناني رمون هذا ساعات متيت ومثلني have no idea. But we have we have just after I know I like that. It's out of fault on him TikTok مسلوم. I guess I don't أحزر بزلو. I know getting منه كوي أنا بزحد أحوات عام عدالتين I'm like وضرب عنقر العامة they can do whatever they want not me up 5:30 Sammy thank you Sammy. So تتعرفهم كنت أعرف يقولون بس it's not bother من عيار all it's not really I have to just sorry they lose they lose like you know أعرف يقولون I'm not that guy who's like سلام تعرفك why do خمسة الكات ما no just do whatever you want enjoy. I don't care. Anyway, So let's back to job. So look this the peg انت حيسكا اللي خا تويه اذا بينه sorry بينه peg is good now حوال 2.8 is very good كاب تسلا انترينا نحن يكون بعد Palantir is like way high بعد Palantir. So I think so Tesla is in a good shape now, especially كم زرأخمو كم زان رئازلنا production إذن كمتع تداليان زلوا especially إذا كمتع تدالي زلوا زخلو ني أبزي قرنا زلنا حوات. Look this full self-driver license ab Texas راح زلوا جون ab انتاي كوسخلناي كرينا end of the year قال خزارة بيبزي by the way قال نقر خزارة إيلان ماسك أبزي عماليجي هي أبز خمس يخلي أب إيروب أب تشاينا أب قال خبلنا يخلي حاله روبوتاكس بتخكل اندحر أب جون مس يا خا launch اندحر جيرا this is way better. So we are speaking بزعبة AI company أنزل دلا. Then production of robots by 2025 yes رأيكم أخم ما أسي shell كجمرزي maybe 2027 like sell to public, right? So robots مالك ننزل بدلنا this is good. Well, Robotaxi, like production, like big volume, by 2026 okay, this is production مالت كفري. Okay, this is good. حوات أبزي هنا concept قبل دلنا. As you call almost 50% profit recovery أبزي Robotaxi. As you more robots come as well as all right. This year we might see like this year maybe like 5k to 10k كبل إلان كمتسي by the way أبستات كرينا. Then by next year like about 50k and company order كجمرين. Next year we have Robotaxis on set. all our Robotaxis go bro كله تسابل to AI نجار كله computerized نجار ab robot صالو. Then maybe by 20 as I said by 2027 we can sell to public. Within like 2 years this is big. So yeah, semi-truck production truck driver yes it is like more affordable car yes okay, we have this all productions. This is new. FSD new, and then Robotaxi new, and robots new, semi-truck new, more affordable car like 25k to 30k waga azia. Excuse me, like sign of dollar by the way. So this is new. Like introduction of India and Saudi Arabia, this is new. So look this is the most valuable Tesla. Imagine. Kabzi, can I expand this like that? Like that is good. Okay. So abzi nakhrizalna. So I know oh yeah like what about like what is peg? And the peg is always equal to 1 and her coinum. Like it's really priced. Waga ayuna hand share ngas azal nakhlitamits price of كلتميت 39 نتبي 3 سنتيم واقع إلنا نزارب نخلنا. Well, haba peg is greater than 1 and her coinu. Yeah, that is like overvalued كن بلا نخلنا. Like big overvalued. لعل price هنجز علنا نبلنا. Again, yes, of course. Yes, because what? It's an AI hardware software company نزارب دلنا. بزعبا manufacturer يكون نزارب دلنا. بزعبا يكون نزارب دلنا. So تعنتبو زسرحنا peg زرخبنا that is the most زبلنا مالت نسيو ندحر زي مالت calculation زي 2.82 very good يا اخوان telling you okay fin I know he's not gonna give us Tesla. Yeah, P ratio is about 116.75. Like EPS is 2.64. As of now, that EPS is way down. It's not good. So it's not. Look this what. Hey, here you go. What is this? And there, look this. P ratio, look this. 116. Right. How about Palantir? Okay. Palantir and her Reina. All right. How do you PLT? Okay, PLTR. All right. Always confuse PLTR. Palantir and her Reina. Look this. The P ratio 495. Holy shit. 495. Big. This is good. Well, Tesla, we have like almost by the end of the year 90 as of today. 19 alna. Is the end of Hermakilkaya? Mogolwazi Ahwat. Like 2.65 EPS expected for 2025 up to December in Nalo. Is in the Hermakilnayo? I know Matsilna about 90 Matsilnalo. So P ratio as of now, see 19 Anzelna. Is the 90 and the hair. As even in the Hermakilkaya 32% grows in the Hermakilkaya. What we have is peg is about 2.8. This is good. I know it's not bad. So this is good. Now, well, how Tesla, the most important, how Tesla can deal if this crash, like recession showed up. Okay, recession maybe Nazi could delay. As of now, we don't see any. Our product line is we have it good. Right? Okay, affordable makinat bahazala delay count. Yeah, this can. That is the most game changer. Okay, then to cyber Robotaxi 2026 volume of production below the loan little slow. I don't see anything. The robots so really really it's a good like this is a good game changing Tesla. The word especially abzi as Allah the artificial intelligence software hardware. This is a company now. Model Y artificial model 3 model Y and Cybertruck all is in ببعلن دنقاسقاس زلوا. So I don't see. I don't want to say. This is well not a good buy, Malik. I just bought it to loan about 60 share, but I'm gonna trade that. I'm gonna trade that. As you can trade sales go right. I'll trade it tomorrow. I got good money so far. So let me see what it says with the company. Oh, iya ba? Entah akal kahit kan iyop. سلام دس بالك رغبك دلي بوساب حفلك أحوات أنا sorry يب أنت أخذ اللي خاني you can write in here if you want I can answer your question كينو أجن تمرتن دحر اللي ها لينك صدق كاخلي كالجن any question دحر بزحت حد حساب زخونكم I don't think so I ملسني يب حوي I'm sorry but if you have any question go ahead write it in here our life زخون كله welcome يبا. Yes, thank you, Jacob. So, yes, thank you. Okay. So, yeah, let's see. It's like, to me, I know I don't expected that. Financial was worse. But we have this lineup. Tesla goes for featuring like another this 3-4 years. Salam alaikum. Okay, let's talk. Let's go to X something. If you find anything. Let's go to X, guys. Hold on. Could you please send me the link? Yeah, I can send it right in here too. So Yamane. All right, link to my heart to the what. ኣብዚ እንድሕር ሰይደስ ብዙሓት እዮም ዝኣትዉ ኖ ብዘይ ፕላን ኣይደልን ፕሊዝ ቶም ሊንክ ክትኣትዉ ትደልዩ ክትመሃሩ እንድሕር ደልዩኹም ምስ ሓበሻ ኤዱኬሽን ለሚ where is my Facebook? Okay. Here you go. This is Habesha Education Facebook channel. Alright, ደስ በለ ተስፋ ብልኩም ታ ሊንክ ስደልና ካልኡን ኣድልን ሊንክ ናይ መመዝገብ ኢልኩም ስደልና ኣብ ኣሕዋትኩም ተሓወሱ so far by the way I think so ናምበርና ብዙሓት ተምሃሮ ማለት ኣብ ግሩባት ስለንመቕሎ ኣርጋ ቁጥርና ኣኺልና ኢና ኣሕዋት ክንጅምረሎም ኢና ንዖም ብዙሕ ክንምህር ኣይንደልና ካብ ዓቐን ላዕሊ atleast you know ካብ 50 60 ላዕሊ ተምሃሮ ኣይንደልና ኣሕዋት ምክንያቱ ኣለና ክንጅምርና ልሕሰረ ሰብርሕ እውን ግን እንተለሊኻ በዚኣ ሕጂ ፅሒፍካ ስለለይ maybe ኣይተዓፀናይን ዘላ ክንዓፅዋይና ታ ሊንክ ክስድልካ please ኣብዚ እንድሕር ሰይዳያ ብዙሓት እዮም ዝኣትዉ so I don't want just ናብዚ ሰባት ክኣትዉ ኣብ ሰዓት እዚ ምክንያቱ ብዘይ መደቦም ክኸዱ ኣይንደልን ተደልዮም ይርከቡና work hard to get it ማለት እዩ so ትንምህረሉ ኣብዚኣ እውን ነትልካ እንተደሊኻ ታ ሊንክ ኣብዚኣ ንህልካ ኣብዚኣ ተመዝጊብካ ኣቱ ማለት እዩ ትንምህሮ ከባቢ 12 ነጥቢ ኣብዚ ንህለኩም ኣሕዋት ተስላ ንዛረብ ዘለና ሓንቲ እዚኣ በቃ ስታክ ንዛረብ ዘለና ሎማ ሓንቲ እዚኣ እንደገና ኤርኒን ካምፓኒ ንምህራ ዘለና ሎማ ሓንቲ እዚኣ ንህልኩም ኤርኒን ንብላ ዘለና እዚኣ ንምህራ ኣለና ብዛዕባ እዚኣ ኢና ንምህር ዘለና ሎማ ሓንቲ ካብዘን ኩለን ካብዘን 12 even not even in number እያ ዘላ ካብተን ናምበር ሓንቲ ካብአን እዛ ኤርኒን ንብላ ዘለና ማለት እዩ so join ግበረና ኣብዚኣ መፂኻ ኣብ ታሕቲ ኣሎ ናይ april yeah I can just share to you even what share again ናብ ላዕሉን share ገብረለኹ here we go yes ምክንያቱ ዳርጋ ኣኺልና ኢና I got it almost ልዕሊ 50 ኣሎ መስለና ሕቂ እንተ ዝተጋገየ ወዲያቆብ so ዳርጋ ኣኺልና ኢና so yeah ግን እዚ ኩሉ ሻዕ ስለ ዘለና ፀገም ኣይኮነን ያ ናብ ላዕሊ ምፅልኩም ኣለኹ ቶም ክትመሃሩ ደልይኹም ክትምዝገቡ alright let's go some xxx alright what we have in x we have 30 ደቂቕ ስለ ዘለና ኣብቲ where are you thank you Iman X where are you X okay I think so I should be online okay so right ኣብ ናይ ተስላ ሳመሪ ዝገብሩ ኣለዉ ፅቡቅ ገይሮም ናብኡም ከይድና ብሓንሳብ ኮርያ ኢና what did this guys alright breaking Tesla drivers 3.6 billion miles on FSD robotaxis are coming this is the one we are waiting there you go guys well I think so we've seen this video last time Robotaxi is coming ካቲውድ ነዛ ሮቦታክሲ ጥራሕ 2600 ሓንቲ ሸርከት ክበፅሕ ትኽእል እያ ዝበለትና ክሳብ 2030 ማለት only for this one alright Robotaxi look this nobody is driving in here no one is driving this is the game changer በቃ خلاص እዚያ already model 1 ርኢና model 3 ርኢና ኣብ ሳይበር ትራክ ርኢና ያ Robotaxi ጁን ዕለት ክንደይ ኮን ተኾን semi truck ንህልኩም እዚኣ ከዓ ማለት Nvidia okay yep Tesla released image of the Optimus production lineup Optimus will be change the world yep ርኢና የምና እዚኣቶምን ቆፂርና 1 2 3 4 guys in here yeah this is wild we gotta call Tesla AI እዚኦም ከባቢ 30,000 ዝዋግኦም ማለት ይሕዋል alright what do we have else okay breaking Tesla remains on track for Robotaxi launch in June yes we seen that already yep we got it summary ማለት extremely bullish yeah we missed that okay breaking Tesla affordable models remain on track for first half of 2024 yep read that we seen that too good thank you breaking let's go to breaking China's review says Tesla full self-driving is crushes domestic brands okay he says Tesla is truly the best I know that we are the best Tesla is the best yes breaking Tesla help it save 30 million metric tons of the carbon dioxide in 2024. All right, this is the breaking news. Breaking: USA says it's doing very well on closing trade deal with China. This is the nanny. This is why. This is holy shit. This is our market got to change it today. Yes, this game it. This big bullish. We need China. We need China. All right. We need China. Hamushtan. Oh, no, still we have another more minutes. We need China. Oh. What Jacob is Ilan is coming? No, not 4 minutes. Now we have about 24 minutes. We have like 24 minutes. Okay, let's go. Breaking: Tesla, like China insured 6,780 cars last week. I mean, it's 30% higher than last year. Yes, already we are booming. What is this? Model wise, let us say here we are ready right now. It's booming. So yeah, 30%. And TIZC comes Makina. How many cars we sell is am I right? I think so. All right, let's go others. What do we have? What is doing Donald Trump? All right, I'm doing what I was elected to do, remove criminals. Okay, what is it? 20, 23, 23, 22, 23, new hours, new. Give me Trump, new, now. Breaking: India, that is China, both as important major trade win Trump. Okay. In another victory of President Trump is American first agenda. Okay, yeah, JD, Miss Night, China, welcome.
In our meeting yesterday, Prime Minister Modi, as many of
India, night tariff, JD Gabr comes is good. I think so. They are moving good. Like China is the most important. China, you've seen it already. We have a little tiny news, tiny.
As many of you are aware, both of our governments are hard at work on a trade agreement built on shared priorities, like creating new jobs, building durable supply chains, and achieving prosperity for our workers. In our meeting yesterday, Prime Minister Modi and I made very good progress on all of those points. And we are especially excited to formally announce that America and India have officially finalized the terms of reference for the trade negotiation. I think this is a vital step. Thank you.
Good. Like it. Good.
I believe this is a vital step toward realizing President Trump's and Prime Minister Modi's vision, because it sets a roadmap toward a final deal between our nations. As many of you are aware, both of our governments are hard at work on a trade agreement built on shared priorities, like creating new jobs, building durable supply chains, and achieving prosperity for our workers. In our meeting yesterday, Prime Minister Modi and I made very good progress on all of those points. And we are especially excited to formally announce that America and India have officially finalized the terms of reference for the trade negotiation. I think this is a vital step.
So this is the point. I know they are making a deals. Kababi, yeah, Elon Musk and this is the thing. Malet, we wanted them announce go brom the okay, today China like Chris Treasury Department and then India, Japan, European negotiation. We need a proof. Market something something so market that's gonna be way big change mallet. So we need something. All right, let's go. So India is doing great. Trump news community. 5 hours. I have just spoken Prime Minister of Israel. Yeah, there is So I think so we have hope. So what is ናይ ኩነታትን Israel and then with Iran ዘሎ ስምምዕውን we have something ጽቡቕ ስምምዕውን ከም ዘለና ገሊጽ እንዲሁ we have I think so ኣብውን ሓደ ጽቡቕ ነገር ኣለና. We'll see what happened, but that is a good news to Iran, Israel, Russia, Ukraine. I think so Russia, no sorry, Ukraine ሳይን ከም ትገብር ይፈልጥ እየ very much ብዛዕባ እቲ ናይ ስምምዕ ናይ መዓድናት ምስ sorry guys, god damn it. Yeah. Yeah, trade, Iran, the call went very well. We are on the same side of the issues. Good. Let's go. What do we have? Political aspect of that. What do we have? Abraham ወደ ሓወበይ ኢላን ኣሕዋት ሰባት ጆይን ትገብሩ ኣለኹም ናብቲ ናይ ትምህርቲ ፕሊዝ እንድሕር መደብ ተዘይብልኩም just don't join us like ብኢሞሽን ኣይትምፁ we want like you know ሓሲብኩምሉ ተረዲእኩም ደስ ኢልኩም ክትመሃሩ ምሳና በቃ ምሳናኹም ላይፍኩም by the way ክሳብ ዘለናን ዘለኹምስ ምሳናኹም ጆይን ትገብሩ ናቲ nobody ንወፅኢና ንሕና already ብለና ኣብኡ ትህልኡኹም ክንህሉ ኢና so ሓሲብኩምሉ ጆይን ክግበሩ okay. I just want to see something unusual. Yep, Tesla seems more affordable model leads to less cut reduction. Got it. Yeah, they say that we uncertainty ማለት ርጉጽነት ዘይምህላው that's why headache ማለት ሕዋት ብጣዕሚ ዝናይ ተሪፍ ብጣዕሚ ዝብድል ማለት እዩ. Yeah, it's a tariff landscape to have larger impact on energy units. Yeah, ኣንቢብና ኢና ዝክሯት ንሕኩምኩም ታሪፍ እዚ ናይ ቀረፅ ኣብ ናይ energy units ብጣዕሚ ጽልዋ ከም ዝገበረልና mostly ካብ ደገ እዩ ዝመጽእ. Yeah, by the way, Walmart, Amazon, Target, كلهم تم عبيتي retailers مس ترامب ركب كم زجبورو تمالدهم ولا نلوم عند كم زجبورو فلتيه إذا ناي تعرف عقلهم ما إحنا هتشجر كون نبرتات كم تسايق على المالد politically. We want to do that. زيارة واحد. US Treasury Secretary Benjamin is to speak tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on the state of the financial system. We want to hear from him, please. Thank you. He's the guy, ናይ Department of Treasury ማለት. He's the guy second Trump ክትብሎ ትኽእል ኢኻ ዝሰብዚ. Trump ተልካ ብዛዕባ economy, then president of course ሓይሊ ስለ ዘሎ ማለት. He's the guy who ran about this generally, and then Jerome Powell ማለት. Nothing else. And what we have, well, what is speaking? Yeah, the artificial intelligence. I like that. That point, Tesla remains on track. The pilot launch of Robotaxi in Austin by June and build of Optimus on their like Fremont, California pilot production line up 2025 with a wide development of the boss doing useful work across our factories. Yeah. Both of them are here. Actually, three of them. What I say, boss. Celestial. حسرت ماكينة Robotaxi. Robots. Oika. Optimus. Yep. Already module wise already. Okay. Tesla say mega factory Shanghai production is okay. Greater than like 100 mega. Okay. All right, news. Tesla says the global trade situation could have meaningful impact on demand for our product in the near term. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, Tesla, while conventional wisdom is the competition will be bad for Tesla, we have a long belief that, okay, accelerated Okay, border of EV adaptation, and it's positive for ourselves long term. Yes, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. We continue to progress on the installation of the line of Tesla Semi in Nevada and Cybercab in Texas. Both remains on track volume production next year. Yes. By the way, Tom track Zuru, by the way. Next year is big production of semi track. Is there AI tahazim, by the way? Yeah, this is also AI tahazim. حوار زي اكس بتعمل ابزي فولو جبر was that ابزي انا mostly summary جبر I don't have to go all when I go this. Yeah. So guided switch over production lines for the new Model Y. Yep. Products the amount breaking Tesla's announced it's more affordable models remain on track at Detroit. Okay. Okay. Here you go. Where how many we have? 16 minutes. Let's say something else now. Where are you? Let's do something else. Let's go. The link couldn't open. What happened? All right. Eden link in the حري أبي كله let me know. دحان telephone ولا أنا بسرد لي أخي. Eden دحراب لايف على أخي. I'll just send you that. I don't know what happened. Okay. What are you doing Tesla, by the way? What are you doing Tesla? Tesla. Yeah, it's about 239.75. Still, it didn't break that 242 break it. Anyway, maybe 250 something. We'll see it. Now welcome Corp. أحوات now welcome Corp ولا حنت يلا. Nothing news. Just nothing news. So, but نتصبينا زلنا. Yes. Yep. Bad result. Very true, Sammy. Bad result, but was already priced in. Yes, true. Yes, agree. All right, let's give it a hack. Okay, let's clean some of this blah blah blah. You need that. I need the questions. Let's wait for Elon, guys. If there is any يمان not سرقة تليفونك. Please messenger, please messenger يماني. Just please. يماني, please messenger. Guys. Yeah, let me back that Yanni. Hold on. All right. Nvidia is a good company. Palantir is a good company. So Nvidia قرب زناي ديب سيك ناي China قرب نسو قرب يسكاكا most probably هجون باند كوينا خمسة لا باي سي فيديو كليس إذا باي ذو باند مالتي سي ناب H100 زبل ناب China خمسة شتلهم نجزيو تطواب بلهم خمسة لهم بس نجزيو تطواب بلهم خمسة لوها at least انت أشمو خمسة على لايسنس كتوها لكم بلهم okay لايسنس كرهبو خندق زي وسري ودن no كل زي مزنايتي تعرف تكبر زلو political issue مالتي. So that is another problem for Nvidia. Then second كالأيت شجر كا كالأيت شجر كا أنت Nvidia DeepSeek ناي China بتعمي تحبي بزحلفت وعوا بلوي. كابس طرف أجن Nvidia is a good company. Very good company. No question. One of my top by the way كنقولكم. I know هجنا تسلا shift غير زي اللي هون يجيزيو. Good like Nvidia is my for long term company. Owns قبر أنا مالتي كلا shares. So yeah, Nvidia تسلوه. قال الله. Not personal advice. Sorry. والكام مخري كونن good. Nvidia is a good company مالتي. ولا financial and حرينا. Very good is الله. Let's go. While we are waiting, we have 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. Let's share to you. Nvidia. So, financials. Nvidia تقلل كابتن زي والحنتي بالانشت والحنت تكون دي نتبع كامبانيا. Look Nvidia. It has almost about 80 billion hon cash the current asset الله. Current asset مالت cash and cash equivalent مالت. liability كن أيكلواني كندو حواد. Look this. Current liability 10 شو منتي. Look this. 10 شو منتي مقلزي. كندي $8 billion. Come on. Oh. ثمانية اندحرنا 10 شمنت اللوا عدا 8 بليون يخون هابت اللوا عدا عقنا 10 شمنت بليون يزلوا 4 عامة تخون انفيديا ولا حنتي تخون بلنا له مالك. This is big. تسلا بزي خندي يزلوا مسيلكم 58 28 زلوا تسلا almost 2 times زلوا بعصفتات انفيديا تبلص. So قالوا توتال أستان هلكم كبر 4 بليون 4 بليون 5 بليون 111 بليون جروجيرلو. Income statement تريهم as of now operating income divided this 8 بليون 130 بليون نقول له هذا 8 بليون 130 بليون times 100 62 marginal profit. This is a lot. Big profit the company. So Nvidia is كلتا نقر راح مش China license عاد نحن تفقدوا أنا China نحن تبو كينو. That's a good one. And then second point, DeepSeek. Yeah. نوعات بويرات أو تلو مالتي. Yeah, it's good. Nvidia is good. I have nothing to do. Like balance sheet asset grow gabralo. Sorry, cash flow. It's always look this free cash. 8 billion, 3 billion, 27 billion, sussa billion on 2025 added gear. That's a lot of money. well my way jury sorry ጥሪ 31 ዝውድእ this is Nvidia is a good company. All right, we have 4 minutes to go. Yeah, it is good. Nvidia is good company. ثلاثة عامات هيكون ولا لايف كان تحسك Nvidia just كل شيء عطا إخوات مسيلكم. Let me say this again. أنا invest كبر كلهم. I'm not كمزي 10 عامات هيكون كذولا. أنا 10 عامات ناقل نحكينا go index S&P مالتي. I don't go 10 years like I go cap 3 عامات 4 عامات نينو not individual company. تحرر 4 عامات تحرر 3 عامات maybe كال company change of متى تدخلها then switch it. make sure شيء كاختوز كلها كله tax advantage توصل لرسيبلن مالتي. almost 100 شيء هون free لكم without tax payment يأسد قمتي. so نزغلو advantage ده تتكلم كا then كال company كال نجار كمتى نصبين هجي. yeah of course AI بس إحنا لنا I don't know something could come up مالتي. كل ساعة industrial technology جها أنا artificial intelligence هنا بس إحنا زلنا سلزي something could come up and then switch together. Well, like you don't have to stack up of had a company. Why do just go to advantage? And Kyle, this is my Tesla is 247 Sammy. Is it like it's vamped up to 47? You don't have to go like go something. كل شيء why just focus especially as like focus real estate. It's sweet real estate. Real estate is way great. I enjoy real estate. I'm there. ገንዘብ አይትገብርናها technically of course. I don't make money. I invest money but I don't make money. Then in the future sweet. Nothing will happen. So أبزن دحر كل التميز 300 400 شح قال ما لخت كبروا نحفتينكم sell half and buy some real estate. Stay in there. Go in stack عمد كل تعمل 3 عمد switch it or business. Income زقطو. Work hard. That's what I do. All right, we have about 3 minutes. Let's go. Thank you. Oh my God. Tesla is 242 تحلف على الوضع لكم نيرة 242. I got good money by the way. قالر 5 قالن شر تمالز جزء أكون trade لسي. They make good money now. Thousands and thousands. I cannot sell now. I'll sell it tomorrow. Might be drop, but I'll not. زي trade daily trades الكاز جو برأيه كلا يكونن. Okay. All right, 3 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's come up. Let's come up. Let's come up. One minute. Okay. Right. نتم دحيركم زعاتهم أحوات أما جمرة جلسنا هنا any report كم زعانة report ندحر لهم go to Google. Let me back that again. Google كتكم زي report زي follow تقبرون ندحر لهم بعلهم you don't have to حبشة education جزي خلوكم صراحة go to like Tesla damn it stop. All right, then Tesla investor relation لكم click تقبروا لعلوية اللي هكم على then all أذنه لكم so اتكيو حتى ملسن cancel قبرة يخلص نحني أبزنه لكم اتحتى ملسن زقرب بريتيلر أمود أتها مجلس مسحبنا زينه لكم تريوا ተመለሱ ካልእ እቲ listen ክንሰምዐና ኢላን እንታይ ብል ኖተይ ክሕዚ ኣነ ባይ ዘ ወይ ኣብቲ ናይ ዓንተቦ ኖት ክሕዚ ተናይ ዓንተቦ ኖት ክሕዚ መወዳእታ ሳመሩ ክንገብሮ ኢና ማለት ፀገም ኣይኮነን ኣብዚኣ ኸይድኩም እዚኣ ከዓ ሰምዑኹም ማለት እዩ እቲ ዳውንሎድ ኣብዚ ሃለኩም ፋይናንሻል ዝሪእዎ ዘለኹም ኦፕሬሽን most probably focus on this production line product alright hello press release and hello container machine and mistake on usual alright let's stop right now after video time on the hot Elon is there. This is not the Facebook. Yeah, let's say that Emma. So let me try to answer Emma. So هجي تسلا نحر آتي خام ask توز تدخل. This is what you don't have to any time توز تدخلها. نمنتاي هجي let's say according Cathy Wood and then that حسب زلال عملت according Cathy Wood and then إلى كلهم Tesla is going to be about like more valuable تخونلو more within 5 years. So كسب كل تشحن سلاسن حنبوشن زلو كسب كل تشحن سلاسن زلو دمت يلا دمتي اسمعنا له ناتي دمتخه او حرايس كن رينا صنح دحان كسب دمت حما الله حوات if دمت حما طلي we're going to create something so depend ناتكا volume مجمريا كسب كندي خانس خا انفستيجر كا تارجت ناتكا كسب كندي يو thank you مسجي سلازي ناتكا يتقند تارجت تسلاغن دحر 4 عامت دحر 5 عامت ازر 4 عامت 5 عامت maybe 10 times like 10 times 4 times 100 times like big times كريعنا نهجي almost كلن لاين اب مس جبرتن زين جن let's say كاب كلتا شحن 35 نينو نبلو نابن 10 years from now ويون كلتا شحن 30 حدن 30 كلتن كم زهجي grow تقبرو بحلفي كاب كلتا شحن 26 نينو زلو كساب كلتا شحن 30 زلو double grow يخمن صحوات double and triple grow يخون according كل نبزلنا production line اب نحكين له then كابني نو maybe دحر خلتا شحن 35 نبلو regular campaign هتكون تخليها كم زين كلن بعل ابل بعل قلن بلنزلنا like 20% a year قال ملخ كي تخليها now what do you have is there any company is coming you can switch or كم تعانت بزبلكو do you want like your portfolio like diversified real estate and something you can switch you don't have to have one company or some company كتمص تخل شعو game changer كخمزي production كل شيء production انت ايتمص على company you can switch كله you don't have to good تسلا جن no forever انتي زنببكو ارتيكل نغرم باكل تشحن سوسان جصا بانكرابت كون تخليا تسلا يزبلكا مخنياتو government fight كفطر يخلي ناتو إيلان ماسك gonna be trillions of trillion ونا نخوني خالي كاب منغستي كاب هاجر لا على حبتام خوني خالي so something fight كمتسي خالي قال you know هول لخت كبرتي قالنها مالتي let's say maybe like 10 trillion ونا ندحر كوين إيلان ماسك هيجو half trillion زلو yeah nobody like it so منغستي political خاطو خل مالتي هيجي نقص علي ولا كونت زي كالي within like 10 years Tesla is game changer within 10 years درو كمان نحنا نهلكم 10 عامت قرنا الله بعدنا هنوص مالتي. So another 10 years in the هردقنا مستسلاس we will have a millions of millions done. We go. Bye. أب عدنا أب إيرترا خمس مهاري زبلهم أب إيرترا غير هوتيل كسر حلنا نتبلهم جها we're gonna build something. I hope one day مالتي. So you don't have to always stick the برسي يبل كان مالتي. I know Elon it should be start by now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tesla's first quarter 2025 Q&A webcast. My name is Travis Axelrod, Head of Investor Relations, and I'm joined today by Elon Musk, Debba and a number of other executives. Our Q1 results were announced at about 3 p.m. Central Time in the update deck being published at the same link as this webcast. During this call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. During the question and answer portion of today's call, please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. Please use the raise hand button to join the question queue. Before we jump into Q&A, Elon will be providing an update. Elon?
Hello, everyone. Well, it's never a dull moment these days. One thing's for sure, every day is going to be exciting. As people know, there's been some blowback for the time that I've been spending in government with the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. I think the work that we're doing there is actually very important for trying to rein in the insane deficit that is leading our country, the United States, to destruction. And the DOGE team has made a lot of progress in addressing waste and fraud. The natural blowback from that is those who were receiving the wasteful dollars and the fraudulent dollars will try to attack me and DOGE team and anything associated with me. So then I'm really left with two choices. Should we just let the waste and fraud continue? We're continuing at it to grow at a really unsustainable pace that was bankrupting the country, or to fight the waste and fraud and try to get the country back on the right track. And I believe the right thing to do is to fight the waste and fraud and get the country back on the right track, and working together with President Trump and his administration. Because if the ship of America goes down, we all go down with it, including Tesla and everyone else. So I think this is this critical work. Now, the protests that you'll see out there, they're very organized, they're paid for. They're obviously not going to admit that the reason that they're protesting is because they're receiving fraudulent money, or that they're the recipients of wasteful largesse, but they're going to come up with some other reason. But that is the real reason for the protests. The actual reason is that those receiving the waste and fraud wish to continue receiving it. That is the real thing that's going on here, obviously. So now that said, I do think there's the my time allocation to Doge will drop significantly. I'll have to continue doing it for, I think, probably the remainder of the president's term, just to make sure that the waste and fraud that we stop does not come roaring back, which we'll do if it has the chance. So I think I'll continue to spend.
Gonna stop May.
A day or two per week
is gonna be back
on
number 10.
Government matters, for as long as the president would like me to do so, and as long as it is useful. But starting next month, I'll be allocating far more of my time to Tesla, and now that the major work of establishing the Department of Government Efficiency is done. So at Tesla, we've gone through many a crisis over the years, and actually been through many near-death experiences. Probably be some unexpected bumps this year, but I remain extremely optimistic about the future of the company. The future of the company is fundamentally based on large-scale autonomous cars and large-scale, in large volume, vast numbers of autonomous humanoid robots. So the value of a company that makes truly useful autonomous humanoid robots and autonomous useful vehicles at scale, at low cost, which is what Tesla is going to do, is staggering. I continue to believe that Tesla, with excellent execution, will be the most valuable company in the world by far. But that's an important if. We must execute well. But if we do execute well, I think Tesla will be the most valuable company in the world by far. It may be as valuable as the next 5 companies combined. So, but there'll be a few bumps along the road before that happens. I said, I think on the last earnings call that, we'll start to see the prosperity of autonomy take effect in a material way around the middle of next year. We still expect to have be selling fully autonomous rides in June in Austin, as we've been saying for now several months. So that's continued. But the real question from a financial standpoint is, when does it really become material and affect the bottom line of the company, and start to be a fundamental part of when does it move the financial needle in a significant way? That's probably around the middle of next year, second half of next year. And then once it does start to move the financial needle in a significant way, it will really go exponential from there. So I'd encourage people to look beyond like the, some sort of bumps and potholes of the road immediately ahead of us, but lift your gaze to the bright, shining, citadel on a hill. I don't know, some Reagan-esque imagery, and that's where we're headed, and not too distant future, like I said, end of next year type of thing. So, let's see. With respect to supply chain risk, something that Tesla has been working on for several years is to localize supply chains. This actually makes sense from a cost standpoint, and from a logistics risk standpoint. Is to have the supply chains be at least located on the continent in which the car is built. And so we are, I think, the least affected car company with respect to tariffs, at least in most respects. I mean, it remains to be seen. Now tariffs are still, tough on a company when margins are still low. But we do have localized supply chains in North America, Europe, and China. So that puts us in a stronger position than any of our competitors. And undoubtedly, I'm going to get a lot of questions about tariffs, and I just want to emphasize that the tariff decision is entirely up to the President of the United States. I will weigh in with my advice with the President, which he will listen to my advice, but then it's up to him, of course, to make his decision. I've been on the record many times as saying that I believe lower tariffs are generally a good idea for prosperity. But this decision is fundamentally up to the elected representative of the people, being the President of the United States. So, I'll continue to advocate for lower tariffs rather than higher tariffs, but that's all I can do. So, now let me walk you through why I'm so excited about the future of Tesla.
All right, let's go.
So first of all, autonomy. The team and I are laser focused on bringing Robotaxi to Austin in June. Unsupervised autonomy will first be solved for the Model Y in Austin, and then actually we should parse out the terms robotic taxi or Robotaxi and just generally like what's the cybercab, because we've got a product called the cybercab, and then but any Tesla, which could be an S3, X, or Y that is autonomous, is a robotic taxi or Robotaxi. It's very confusing. So the vast majority of the Tesla fleet that we've made is capable of being a Robotaxi or robotic taxi. And as we're going from, once we can make the system work where you can have paid rides fully autonomously with no one in the car in one city, that is a very scalable thing for us to go broadly within whatever jurisdiction allows us to operate. So because what we're solving for is a general solution to autonomy, not a city-specific solution for autonomy, once we make it work in a few cities, we can basically make it work in all cities in that legal jurisdiction. So once we can make it basically work in a few cities in America, we can make it work anywhere in America. Once we can make it work in a few cities in China, it can work anywhere in China, likewise in Europe, limited only by regulatory approvals. So this is the advantage of having a generalized solution using artificial intelligence and an AI chip that Tesla designed specifically for this purpose, as opposed to very expensive sensors and high precision maps of a particular neighborhood where that neighborhood may change or often changes, and then the cost stops working. So we have a general solution instead of a specific solution. Yeah. And with regard to Optimus, making good progress in Optimus. We expect to have thousands of Optimus robots working in Tesla factories by the end of this year, doing useful work. And we expect to scale Optimus up faster than any product, I think, in history. To to get to millions of units per year as soon as possible. I think feel confident in getting to 1 million units per year in less than 5 years, maybe 4 years. So by 2030, I feel confident in predicting 1 million Optimus units per year. It might be 2029. So let's see, with respect to energy, our energy business is doing very well. The Megapack is enables utility companies to output far more total energy than would otherwise be the case. When you think of the energy capability of the grid, it's much more than the total energy output per year. If the power plants could operate at peak power for all 24 hours, as opposed to being at half power, sometimes a quarter power at night, then you could double the energy output of existing power plants. But in order to do that, you need to buffer the energy so that you can charge up the something like battery pack at night and then discharge into the grid during the day. So this is a massive unlock on total energy output of any given grid over the course of a year. And utility companies are beginning to realize this and are buying in our megapacks at scale. So at this point, a gigawatt class battery is quite a common thing. So we have many orders in the hopper for gigawatt and beyond batteries. And we expect the stationary energy storage business to scale ultimately to terawatts per year. So very, very good numbers. Now, Q1, first quarters of a year are usually pretty tricky because it's usually the worst quarter of the year because people don't want to go buy a car in the middle of winter during a blizzard. So, and this, so we picked Q1 as like a good quarter to do a cutover to the new version of the Model Y, and we changed production of the world's best-selling cars. With remembering the Model Y is the best-selling car of any kind on Earth, with a 1.1 billion unit per year output of a single model. And we did this changeover at the same time in factories all across the world. So congratulations to the Tesla team on an amazing job in pulling off what is a very difficult transition. So yeah, it's really, that was very impressive work. So yeah, in conclusion, while there are many near-term headwinds for us and the broader industry, the future for Tesla is brighter than ever. The value of the company is delivering sustainable abundance with our affordable AI-powered robots. So this spray that I like this phrase, sustainable abundance for all. If you say like, what's the ideal future that you can imagine? That's what you'd want. You'd want abundance for all in a way that's sustainable. It's good for the environment. Basically, this is the happy future. If you say, what's the happiest future you can imagine? One which is, that would be a future where there's sustainable abundance for all. Closest thing to heaven we can get on Earth, basically. So thank you again to the Tesla team for all their efforts at this challenging time. I look forward to continuing to lead the team to great success in the future.
All right. ናብ ሕተን መልሲኒ እዩ ከኣቲ ሕዋት ሕጂ very good ድሓን ነጥብታት ሳመሪ ገብረ ኣለኹም መወዳእታ ሳመሪ ክገብረኩም ይሕዋት very good points. The good news is he's coming back, right? He's coming back. ናብ ሕተን መልሲን ክንኣቱ ኢና ሕዋት. Please, thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Elon. Before we move on, Vaibhav has some opening remarks as well.
Thanks, Elon. As Elon mentioned, in Q1, we achieved something which has never been undertaken in the automotive industry of updating all our factories for the best-selling car in the world all at the same time. And this people don't understand, this was not a small feat. We're not aware of anybody else being able to do the best-selling car all at once within a quarter, and that too hitting all the timelines which we had established at the beginning. So big kudos to the team for making this happen. Additionally, we also hit a record gross profit for energy storage business in the quarter. Now, getting back into the business, there's been a lot of speculation as to the reasons for decline of our vehicle deliveries in the first quarter. We had previously guided that we will be updating all factories, and this would lead to several weeks of lost production, which did happen as planned. The ripple effect of the change is not having enough new Model Y available in most markets for people to see and experience till the last few weeks of the quarter. Additionally, the negative impact of vandalism and unwarranted hostility towards our brand and our people had an impact in certain markets. Despite this, we were able to sell out legacy Model Y in US, China, and a few other markets within the quarter. And again, just so people understand, we were producing the legacy Model Y till middle to end of February. And we switched over and we were able to still sell out within that period. So again, big achievement by all the people at Tesla to make it happen. We have a very extremely competitive vehicle lineup, which with most vehicles going through a recent update. And add to that, advances in FSD, you have a personal chauffeur, which can take you almost anywhere under supervision. There are numerous stories shared by customers ranging from how it has improved their daily commute, to providing mobility to customers with disabilities, to giving older customers the ability to travel comfortably and independently. Not only is FSD supervised safer than a human driver, but it is also improving the lives of individuals who experience it. And again, this is something you have to experience, and anybody who has experienced just knows it. And we've been doing a lot lately, try and get those stories out, at least on X, so that people can see how other people have benefited from this. Now, coming into some of the financial stuff, auto margins declined sequentially, primarily due to the reduction in the total number of deliveries, lower fixed cost absorption due to factory changeovers, and lower regulatory credit revenues, offset by a slight increase in pricing due to the launch of new Model Y, despite incentives which we had to sell legacy Model Y. Our energy storage business, like I said before, has achieved yet another milestone of great highest gross profit in the quarter. This was despite sequential decline in deployments. The importance of this business, as Elon mentioned, is pretty profound, especially in this environment, because if in order for grid to work properly with the demands from AI and all this, you need some more stability. And this is by far the simplest and best solution which we are aware of, which can help do this. And we've also developed certain unique solutions to help our customers to achieve this. Additionally, on the Powerwall side, we've been selling the new Powerwall 3, and it's been received with very good reception from customers, and to the extent that we are currently supply constrained. On services and other margins, they were slightly down sequentially, primarily because of the pressure on our used car business and insurance business. Note that we continued our journey to improve profitability in our services and collision business through better labor productivity. As previously discussed, our operating expenses continue to increase sequentially, primarily due to our AI-related initiatives, including Optimus, and also cost of development for vehicle programs, including Cybercab, Semi, and cheaper models. These expenses flow through R&D. We believe even in the current environment, it is the right strategy in making investments in these areas to position us for the long term. These increases were offset by decreases in SG&A from changes in our vehicle referral program. Other income reduced significantly on a sequential basis. The primary reason was Bitcoin mark-to-market loss in Q1 versus gain in Q4, resulting in a 472 million drop. The remainder of the change is because of FX remeasurement. With the adoption of the new mark-to-market standard for Bitcoin, we expect increased volatility in other income in addition to the FX volatility. I know tariffs is the hottest topic which people talk about, and it has various impacts to our business. As Elon mentioned, on the vehicle business, we've been on this journey of regionalization for years. Specifically in the US, Model Y has been rated the most American model made car on Cars.com Made in America Index 3 years in a row. This in part is of all the work which the team has been doing over the years. And to the extent that today, if you look at our vehicle lineup in US, we're about approximately on a weighted average basis, 85% USMCA compliant. So like Elon said, this definitely gives us a bigger edge as compared to our other OEMs in terms of managing the tariffs, but we're not immune because when the Section 232 auto tariffs become effective in May, which includes Canada and Mexico, and Canada and Mexico has been part of our regionalization strategy, they will have an impact to our profitability. And I know research modeling on this impact has been about a couple of thousand, which is pretty much in line with what we've been forecasting. The impact of tariffs on the energy business will be outsized since we source LFP battery cells from China. We're in the process of commissioning equipment for the local manufacturing of LFP battery cells in the US. However, the equipment which we have can only service a fraction of our total installed capacity at Lathrop. We've also been working on securing additional supply chain from non-China based suppliers, but it will take time. Also note that, Megafact, irrespective of all the impact on US from tariffs on the energy business, we do have Megafactory China, which just started operations in Q1, and that should take care of our business outside of US. There's also an important impact of tariffs on our capital investments. I know this is going to sound counterintuitive since in order to onshore manufacturing or expand lines, we have to bring equipment from outside the US because there is not that much capacity in the US. And the current trade environment, such equipment being brought in is subject to
the expenses to bring it in from China right now.
Exactly. And the reality is that China has the basic one which has the most capacity to provide this equipment. Our CapEx guidance, inclusive of model tariffs, even with the optimization we have tried to do, it is forecasted to be still in excess of 10 billion this year. And we're still evaluating what more to do on this thing. To summarize, we have near-term challenges in our business due to tariffs and brand image. We think our strategy of providing the best product at a competitive price is going to be a winner. And this is the reason we're still focused on bringing cheaper models to market soon. The start of production still planned for June. Additionally, the advancement in FSD-related features, including pilot Robotaxi launch in Austin later this year, should help create a new era of demand. I would like to thank everyone at Tesla and our customers.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Vaibhav. Now we will move on to investor questions. We will start with questions from say.com. First question is, what are the highest risk items on the critical path to Robotaxi launch and scaling?
It is Ashok.
Yeah, we've got Ashok on.
Yeah, أحوات መጀመርያ ሳመሪ ክንገብራ ኢና መወዳእታ very important ኣለና ካልእ ስለምንታይ እቲ ረቬኑ ወይ ከዓ ግሮስ ረቬኑ ዳውን ኮይኑ ይገልፅ ፀኒሑ ያ ሞዴል ዋይ ከምኡ ዝበልና ንቢትከን ንባዕሊ ዳውን ምዃኑ I don't know that even I just learned ብምቕፃል ናብቲ questions ሕቶን መልስን ኣትዮም ዘለዉ ናይቲ ሪቴለር questions እዮም ዝምልሱ ዘለዉ ናይ ዓንተቦ ዘውፃናይ ማለት እዩ so ናብዚአን እዮም ዝምልሱ ዘለዉ እዚኦም ኩለን ይበፅሕዎ እንድዮም ኣይበፅሕዎንን we don't know ዓንተቦ ሪኦኩም ኣበይ ከይድና ንረኽበን ድሕሩ እቲ ቀንዲ ሕቶ ግን ናይቶም ኣናሊስት ዎል ስትሪት ክመፅእ ከሎ እዩ very bad questions so as of now Tesla ክንሪኣ ከለና about 47.1350 በፂሓ ነይራ 47.13 ኣላ ክንሪኣ ኢና ናበይ ገፃ ከም ትኸይድ ማለት እዩ alright let's go back to questions update ገብረኩም ሳመሪ ግን ክገብሮ ኢና እዚ please stay with us thank you
Sure. Well, just to we should just clarify the disambiguate the cyber cab from Robotaxi once again. So when will the Teslas, because the Teslas that will be fully autonomous in June in Austin will be Model Ys. So that is that's currently on track to be able to do paid rides fully autonomously in Austin in June, and then to be in many other cities in the U.S. by the end of this year. It's very difficult. It's difficult to predict the exact ramp, sort of week by week, month by month, except that it will ramp up very quickly. So it's going to be like basically an S curve where it's very difficult to predict the intermediate slope of the S curve, but you kind of know where the S curve is going to end up, which is the vast majority of the Tesla fleet being autonomous. So that's why I feel confident in predicting large-scale autonomy around the middle of next year, but certainly the second half of next year, meaning I predict that there will be millions of Teslas operating autonomously, fully autonomously, in the second half of next year. It does seem increasingly likely that there will be a localized parameter set where sort of like that the especially for places that have, say, very snowy weather, like say if you're in the Northeast or something, that like there's, you can think of it, it's kind of like a human, like if you could be a very good driver in California, but are you going to be also a good driver in a blizzard in Manhattan? You're not going to be as good. So there is actually some value in, you can still drive, but your probability of an accident is higher. So it's increasingly obvious that there's some value to having a localized set of parameters for different regions and localities. But this is I put that in the nice to have category. It's not the required category. Again, it's really the car is just very much like a human. It's digital neural nets and cameras, and humans operate with biological neural nets and eyes. And so the same strengths and weaknesses will be present. for a digital neural net and cameras versus a biological neural net and eyes. Ashok, if you'd like to elaborate on that.
Yeah, and speaking to the location-specific models, we still have a generalized approach, and you can see that from deployment of FSD supervised in China, where with this very minimal data that's like China-specific, the models generalize quite well to completely different driving styles. That just like shows that the AI-based solution that we have is the right one, because if we had gone down the previous rule-based solutions or like more hard-coded HD map-based solutions, it would have taken like many years to get China to work. You can see those in the videos that people post online themselves. So the generalized solution that we are pursuing is the right one that's going to scale well. And you can think of this like location-specific parameters that Iran alluded to as like a mixture of experts. And if you're sort of like familiar with the AI models like Grok and others, they all use this mixture of experts to sort of like specialize the parameters to specific tasks while still being general. This makes the model use limited amount of compute to solve for the diversity of tasks that it has to solve. In terms of addressing the question that asks for, what are the critical things that we need to get right, one thing I would like to note is validation. Self-driving is a long-tail problem where there can be a lot of edge cases that only happen very rarely. Currently, we are driving around in Austin using our QA fleet, but then it's like super rare to get interventions that are critical for robotaxi operation. And so you can like go many days without getting a single intervention. So you can't easily know whether you're improving or regressing in your capacity. And we need to build out sophisticated simulations, including neural network-based video generation. That's all happening in the background to make sure that we deliver a safe product and we are able to measure our safety, even though we can't just like see it by driving around the block or something like that.
I mean, very basic terms. If we're seeing an accident every 10,000 miles, well, then you have to drive 10,000 miles on average before you get an accident or an intervention. So it's like, okay. Now imagine, I mean, we must be really, people must be very worked out by the sheer number of Teslas doing circuits in Austin right now. We're like, well, it's going to look pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
Some people are chasing us away.
Yeah, there's just always a convoy of Teslas going all over to Austin in circles. But yeah, as I just can't emphasize this enough. In order to figure out long tail things, if it's 1 in 10,000, let's say it's 1 in 20,000 miles, or 1 in 30. Now the average person drives 10,000 miles in a year. So now try to compress that test cycle into a matter of a few months. It means you need a lot of cars doing a lot of driving in order to compress that, to do in a matter of a month what would normally take someone a year.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I would just also add that if you haven't looked at those videos coming out of China, people are
those videos are amazing.
Yeah, they're putting it to real test. I mean, they're
the
dirt roads.
Frankly, I think the Chinese consumer might be the most demanding consumer, and I actually, customers in China are awesome. They have a lot of fun with the cars. I saw one guy take a Tesla on autonomously on a narrow dirt road.
Yes.
Across like a mountain, and I'm like, still a very brave person. And the Tesla's driving along on a road with no barriers, where if he makes a mistake, he's going to plunge to his doom. But it worked.
Great, thank you.
And if the question was on CyberCab itself, we're in B sample validation now.
Yeah, we should ask that question too.
Yeah, we have our first big builds coming at the end of this quarter, within Q2, and then in the coming months we start to large scale installation of all the equipment in Giga Texas, with still on schedule for production next year.
Yeah, and I just want to also clarify, because I think people don't understand. They think that there is no new building being built And where is Cybercab going to?
Oh, it's in the
It's
Gigafactory.
within the same factory.
Yeah.
It's happening and people don't know it's just happening upstairs and all along the lines while we're still building the Model Ys and Cybertrucks every day.
Yeah, it's worth noting that the Tesla Gigafactory in Austin is 3 times the size of the Pentagon.
Including the garden.
Yeah, including the Ground Zero garden. So I go visit the Pentagon. I'm like, this building used to look big, but anymore.
Great, thank you very much. The next question is, when will FSD unsupervised be available for personal use on personally owned cars?
That's a good question.
Before the end of this year. Not necessarily I say so within the US, like we do want to test, like we're at Tesla, we're absolutely hardcore about safety. We go to great lengths to make the safest car in the world and have the lowest accidents per mile, and fewest lives lost. So we want to be very careful. So we want autonomy to be definitively safer than manual driving. So it's not enough that it just be as safe. It needs to be meaningfully safer than if it's cars manually driven. So, and we want to confirm that there's not something. We just want to be cautious with the rollout. We don't want to jump in at the deep end with an army. So, with that said, I think we should be able to have it work in several cities later this year for personal use. The acid test being you should be able to can you go to sleep in your car and wake up at your destination. And I'm confident that will be available in many cities in the US by the end of this year.
Great, thank you very much. The next question is Tesla still on track for releasing more affordable models this year? Or will you be focusing on simplified versions to enhance affordability, similar to the rear-wheel drive Cybertruck?
Yeah, we're still planning to release models this year. As with all launches, we're working through like the last minute issues that pop up. We're knocking them down one by one. At this point, I would say that ramp might be a little slower than we had hoped initially, but there's nothing, just kind of given that turmoil that exists in the industry right now. But there's nothing that's blocking us from starting production within the next within the timeline laid out in the opening remarks. And I will say it's important to emphasize that, as we've said all along, the full utilization of our factories is the primary goal for these new products. And so flexibility of what we can do within the form factor and the design of it is really limited to what we can do on our existing lines rather than building new ones. But we've been targeting the low cost of ownership. Monthly payment is the biggest differentiator for our vehicles. And that's why we're focused on bringing these new models with the lowest price to the market within the constraints I just highlighted.
Great, thank you very much. The next question is, does Tesla see Robotaxi as a winner-take-most market? And as you approach the Austin launch, how do you expect to compare against Waymo's offering, especially regarding pricing, geofencing, and regulatory flexibility?
Well, okay. The issue with Waymo's cars is they cost way more money. From shot. But that is the issue. The cars are very expensive, made in low volume. Teslas are, I don't know, probably cost a quarter or 20% of what a Waymo costs, and made in very high volume. Ironically, we're the ones that made the bet that a pure AI solution with cameras and audio, the car actually will listen for sirens and that kind of thing, is the right move. And Waymo decided that an expensive sensor suite was the way to go, even though Google's very good at AI. It's ironic. And it is worth noting that Tesla's built an incredible AI, AI software team and AI hardware chip design team. From scratch, from nothing. We didn't acquire anyone. We just built it. So Yeah, it's really, I mean, I don't see anyone being able to compete with Tesla at present. I'm sure that'll change eventually. But at least as far as I'm aware, Tesla will have, I don't know, 99% market share or something ridiculous. Not 90-something%. At least, I don't know, at least some of them might change, but you know, if we have millions of cars deployed next year, and unless others have millions of cars deployed, like we'll have, unless we're blocked by regulatory situations, it won't be long. I mean, in a few years, we'll have 10 million autonomous cars on the roads, then, you know, and counting.
And the other thing which people forget is like, we're not just developing the software solution, we are also manufacturing the cars.
Yeah.
And like, you know what, like Waymo has, they're taking cars and then trying to put
Way more money.
We don't do that. So that definitely gives us a big leg up. And like Elon said, we already have a big existing fleet, which hopefully with the software update could become autonomous.
With the software update, it will become autonomous. To be clear, the Model Y that we're talking about in being autonomous in Austin in June are the Model Ys we make currently. There's no change to it.
I think people don't appreciate that the car which they can buy today,
The car that they have.
or the car they have, is capable of these kind of things.
In fact, it does drive autonomously from the factory to the end of line, every car
Yeah.
nowadays.
So
In
that
the
goes
US.
through the tunnel, the Model Ys, everything.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. We have, it is being put to use, it's doing useful work fully autonomously at the factories, as Ashok was mentioning. The cars drive themselves from end of line to where they're supposed to be picked up by a truck to be taken to a customer. And I'm confident also that later this year, the first Model Y will drive itself all the way to the customer. So from a factory in Austin and our one here in Fremont, California, I'm confident that from both factories, we'll be able to drive directly to a customer from the factory.
Cool delivery.
Yeah. Literally goes from the end of line and drives themselves to your house.
It's important to note, in the factories, we don't have dedicated lanes or anything. People are coming in and out every day, trucks delivering supplies, parts, construction, you know, for
Well, and people can film it. By the way, you can see this from the road, like it's not covered.
Exactly.
And there's videos, people take videos online, and anyone who wants to go see it can just drive past our Fremont factory and see the autonomous cars driving themselves. And they drive themselves and they put themselves in the exact right spot to be picked up.
Yeah, the logistics yard is right there in the open.
Yeah.
We don't move it again to another lane.
So they go to a specific spot, parking spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just a routine, like everyday thing now.
Great, thank you very much. The next question is, can you please provide an update on the unboxed method and how that is progressing?
Sure. It's progressing, absolutely. As I mentioned just a minute ago, like it is the basis for our CyberCab manufacturing process. It's really what we changed in order to allow the low cost of production and also get the super high levels of automation. You know, really levels of automation that are sort of unheard of in the vehicle manufacturing scale. This is like not something that, you know, when you see it be produced, you'll think of in terms of like, wow, that's how a car has been built for 100 years. It's really something we've changed. In the past year, we've been like focusing on a lot of key development areas, like marrying these large sub-assemblies together in a precise way, in an accurate way. We've also de-risked things like corrosion of uncoated aluminum structures, you know, the sealing across the seams of the vehicle, and when you marry assemble components. And we've even done early crash testing, and we've proven that, like, you know, it's going to be just as safe as every other car we build. And so, like, you know, with all that combined, we kind of go into the builds that we have at the end of this quarter for the CyberCab product, and that's the next real big test of full scale, you know, integration of the unbox process. And yeah, that's kind of where we are. So you'll see them in test and on the test roads in a couple of months.
Yeah. And although the line won't be obviously at this rate
Initially.
This is a revolutionary production system. I'm not sure what the right word is. Unboxing sounds like something like when you get your phone.
You open it up.
Yeah, you have like a pleasant experience when you take your phone out of the box. But which of course is nice, but this is much more revolutionary than that. This is a profound reimagining of how to make cars in the first place. No car is made like this anywhere in the world. The factory is the product as much as the car is the product. So it's really just the first principles approach to manufacturing that will ultimately allow us, I think, I'm confident ultimately it'll allow us to achieve a cycle time, meaning a unit every 5 seconds or less off a single line.
And we want to incorporate some of these for testing it into our existing production lines as well to us with the line Cybertruck already.
So this is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I've sort of been thinking about this for a long time, and it's kind of it's not a crazy thing. Like a car every 5 seconds may sound like it's coming out like bullets, but actually it's coming out at walking speed.
It's like a meter a second.
A meter a second. So this is like we're still far away from caring about the aerodynamic drag of the manufacturing line. You know, because you're still at 3 miles an hour type of thing. You know, every 5 seconds sounds crazy, but it's 3 miles an hour. That's what we're talking about. So yeah, you can run away from it basically. But that's still by far the fastest line on Earth. You know, and it's like half order like I don't know. What's like the best single line on Earth? It's like about
Shanghai phase 2.
And that's us.
33 seconds.
Yes.
And we're the fastest, right?
I would think so.
We think we're the fastest at 33 seconds in our Shanghai factory, but this would be, you know, 6 times faster or 7 times faster thereabouts. So yeah, I mean it'll be slower than that at first, but the point is that like when you fully optimize the design and operation of the next generation factory that we're building right now, a 5 second cycle time or less is the design is capable of it, you know. So if you like when you go through like a radical new architecture, you go from like being like an A, I mean I'd say like probably Shanghai in particular is an A+ on a moderately, you know, an advanced but still traditional car production system. Sort of they're really doing about as good as possible to do within a conventional scenario. So trying to get much below, you know, sort of below like 30 seconds, extremely difficult. But if not, and you start getting into sort of impossible, where you have to be faster than a human could possibly move. So then the autonomous line, it really just needs to be robots moving really fast, and that's where you get to sub 5 seconds. But we'll start off with at getting a C in, instead of an A, getting a C in a new architecture. But then the potential is there over time to move that up to an A+ within an A+ architecture.
Great, thank you very much. The next question is, how is Tesla positioning itself to flexibly adapt to global economic risks in the form of tariffs, political biases, etc.?
As Elon said, you know, we've been supply chain team been at it for a while. We continue to mitigate global economic risks like tariffs and political biases by regionalizing part supply near its factories in North America, Berlin, and Shanghai. For example, in North America, our high volume vehicle programs have over 85% North America content, and Shanghai vehicles have over 95% local content. Berlin has similar levels of regionalization as North America when you exclude the battery, and we are working on regionalizing the battery as well. This is a pre-pandemic strategy that we accelerated post-pandemic through supply diversification, dual sourcing, vertical integration, advanced analytics, and local partnerships to ensure supply chain resilience and production stability. Having said that, we are not 100% insulated, and these tariff risks are higher on our low volume platforms than the high volume ones.
Yeah. In fact, there's no more vertically integrated car company than Tesla. I mean, we're the most vertically integrated car company since, Henry Ford back in the day when they were doing mining iron and stuff, and growing rubber trees. So, we're not growing rubber trees and mining iron yet, but we have built a lithium refinery in South Texas, and it's the biggest lithium refinery outside of China, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Once it's not but its output potential would be the biggest lithium refinery outside.
Yeah, and we've got space to expand there if we need to build more.
Right. So, and then we've got the cathode refinery in Austin next to the Gigafactory. We're going to figure out what to do about the anode. That's an ongoing subject of discussion. The best of all possible worlds would be figuring out how to have no anode. Best part being no part. That's the dream of the lithium batteries, to be anode, not have an anode. But either way, we've got to have the anode, the cathode, and the lithium, and the electrolytes, and the separator to make a cell. But there's no other car company that is building lithium refineries and cathode refineries. We're ridiculously vertically integrated, and thus our best position to protect against supply chain disruptions.
Yeah.
Lonnie, do you want to talk about progress in the front?
Yeah, certainly for our in-house cells, we've multi-sourced every component. We have every part coming from at least 2 different countries of origin, which is we started the supply chain team and the engineering team worked together on this for the last couple of years to put that together. It's not something we did in a couple of months. This is years of work. So we're in a good position to take advantage of that, and the insourcing of lithium and cathode, they're the 2 most critical parts of the battery. That's right in our backyard, and we're totally insulated from.
Well, they need to be in operation.
They need to be in operation. Once they're running.
And we also make our own cells, by the way. So
Right.
Cell production. If you look, there's you make the anode, the cathode, the lithium, the electrolyte separator, the can, and then you got to put all that together in the cell factory. And there are entire companies that all they do is produce cells, but they don't do the other stuff. They don't refine lithium or the cathode or.
Great news, Hawat. Very great news. Great news. Like down futures jumped 500 points after Trump said he doesn't plan to get rid of Fed chair. So Jerome Powell fire Kugobro plan Yevlanes Lesbele market na mista'ats away after like pre-market malitu. The hair market na mista'ats away. Nahalokum down almost 510 increase there, like a 1.30% increase. S&P future ka almost 1.53. Nasdaq almost 1.3. Oh, sorry, 1.73 malit. This is the lovely and the great comment. Jerome Powell fire kahawun yabulun. All right. Kalu تسلا سامر خجبري مود أتا بليس عقلي هبنا نيشتي حتتات كود أسلو إيه very good question أسلو إيه as of now تسلا جن كم زتري وازر لهم what is the term نزبل 251.4 لا at least تسلا 252 break in the hergera cap 252 نينو in the hertzbach open gera we might see ናብ ክልተ ሚእትን ሱሳን ገጽና ክንሪኣ ንኽእል ኢና ፅባሕ ማለት እዩ ካብ ክልተን 50 ገለን እንድሕር ብሬክ ጌራቶ ማለት ንሳ ቤግ ዝኾነት እንታይ ዘላ ሬዚስታንት ናታይ ኣብዛ ግዜ እዚኣ 252 ኣብ ክትከይድ ኣለዋ ማለት እዩ after hours tesla 5.54 as of now 5.54% increase ጌራ ኣላ today ጠቕላላ ሎሚ ዓንቲ 4.68 ጠቕላላ ሎሚ all day ልዕሊ 10% increase ጌራ ተስላ ማለት እዩ so all and all we'll see what happened. This is great news again. Why is pre-market green coin invisible hito? Because of Trump. Thank you to Trump. By the way, we got it. Yeah, let's keep going it. Let's move. Okay. All right. Financial.
So our cell production is going quite well, and I think we're currently sort of the lowest cost per kilowatt hour.
Yeah, in the US for all the cells we purchase in North America.
Yeah, so it's
lowest cost to us.
Yeah, so we have the lowest cost per kilowatt hour, all things considered. So the Tesla cell is the most competitive cell. For a kilowatt hour put into a car, if it's a Tesla cell, it's lower cost than if it's a supplier cell.
Yeah, and the plan this year is to really build off that base. Getting to lowest cost is it's the hardest challenge for cell manufacturing. It's relatively easy to build a flashy product that does one thing well. To build something at high volume and low cost is super difficult, and we're kind of using that as a base to then build off and add performance in different areas for new products coming out.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, to Elon's point, there's a lot of advantages for regionalization. The most important thing is we're not tying up working capital for 6 to 8 weeks on the ocean. If there's a design change, then everything that's in transit basically has to be scrapped. Secondly, port disruptions, as we saw during COVID, can be very expensive because slight disconnects can shut down production. So then your only option is costly air expedite. It also gives us resilience in supply chain. If one region is down, we can bridge with others. It's more work to set up in the beginning, but it's critical to have when the need arises. Having said that, it's unrealistic to assume 100% regionalization across the board for specialized areas such as semiconductors. In such cases, our team works very closely with our partners to ensure we have strategic banks in place and a disruption doesn't impact production while we stand up the regional manufacturing for that particular commodity.
And I'll say like on the rest of the vehicle, like Elon was talking about with cells, we're also heavily vertically integrated, import ingots, in terms of castings, we recycle those and melt them. There's the same thing with plastics, but it doesn't mean we're not exposed. We do have some areas where we use rare earth magnets, and we've been working for years to find alternative sources and bring those up, as well as we have our induction machines, and as we've mentioned in the past, we're working on ferrite motors for some time. So like, as Karin said, with our heavy regionalization percentages, we're definitely like the lowest, exposed to this, but we're not completely immune, as Bob mentioned in his opening remarks.
Great. Similarly related, on the battery side, does Tesla still have a battery supply constraint as noted on the Q4 call? And does that change with tariffs?
So this is Karin. We've been working very hard to expand battery cell production in the US, both with vendors and what Bonnie mentioned earlier with the 4680 program. And we're also working on moving the upstream supply chain for battery cells to the United States for several years. And that strategy is really starting to pay off now. As it stands right now, we're not constrained on battery cell supply for vehicles. The recent tariffs do pose some challenges to Tesla Energy, like our CFO mentioned earlier, but it's something we've been anticipating and we should be able to resolve in a timely fashion. We actually have a plan in place and we're executing towards it. We also have some other sources coming online to supplement the shortfall. And then of course we have the L3 production that's happening in-house. We have a slight disconnect of aligning the right cells with the right packs. So that's the little bit of puzzle that we have to solve internally. But as far as sales go, there's no shortage.
Great. Thank you very much. The next question is, did Tesla experience any meaningful changes in order inflow rate in Q1 relating to all of the rumors of brand damage?
So in Q1, as mentioned earlier, we took the best-selling car of the last 2 years and ramped up all 4 of our global factories. And in less than 8 weeks, we've already gotten to the rate of our previous Model Ys in the factories. So just kudos again to the team for the great job there. And despite the economic strain and negative articles that in California in Q1, Tesla remained the best-selling car, not just EV. And additionally, we had a record number of test drives globally in Q1 as well. So interest remains high. And so right now we continue to see, good interest still in the vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's not immune to sort of the macro demand for cars.
Yes.
You know, so when there is economic uncertainty, people generally want to pause on buying, doing a major capital purchase like a car. But as far as absent macro issues, we don't see any reduction in demand.
Correct. And that's where we continue to focus on affordability, and it's a fundamental focus there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys. The next question is regarding the Tesla Optimus pilot line. Could you confirm if it is currently operational? If so, what is the current production rate of Optimus bots per week? Additionally, how might the recent tariffs impact the scalability of this production line moving forward?
No, Optimus. I just want to emphasize, Optimus is still very much a development program. It's not a launch volume production. That's why this year, we'll make a few. We do expect to make thousands of Optimus robots, but most of that production is going to be at the end of the year. So almost everything in Optimus is new. There's not like an existing supply chain for the motors, gearboxes, electronics, actuators, really anything in the almost anything in the Optimus, apart from the AI for Tesla, the Tesla AI computer, which is the same as the one in the car. So when you have a new complex manufactured product, it'll move as fast as the slowest and least lucky component in the entire thing. And as a first order approximation, there's like 10,000 unique things. So that's why anyone who tells you they can predict with precision the production ramp of a truly new product doesn't know what they're talking about. It is literally impossible. So you go through this like series of constraints where it's like this part's the limiting factor, now that part's the limiting factor, now this part's the limiting factor, and multiply that by 1,000 basically. And then the rate of the production ramp is decided by how quickly you can solve each of those problems. Now, Optimus was affected, by the magnet issue from China, because the Optimus actuators in the ARM do use permanent magnets. Now, Tesla as a whole does not need to use permanent magnets, but when something is volume constrained, like an ARM of the robot, then you want to try to make the motors as small as possible. And then, so we did design in permanent magnets for those motors, and those were affected by the supply chain, by basically China requiring an export license to send out any rare earth magnets. So we're working through that with China. Hopefully we'll get a license to use the rare earth magnets. China wants some assurances that these are not used for military purposes, which obviously they're not. They're just going into a humanoid robot. So it's not a weapon system. But that is an example of a challenge there. But I'm confident we'll overcome these issues, and we'll, by the end of this year, have thousands of Optimus robots.
Great. Thank you very much. And the last question we already covered earlier, whether Robotaxi was still on track for this year. So with that, we can move on to analyst questions. The first question is going to come from Pierre at New Street. Pierre, please unmute yourself.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's great. So I'm super excited to hear Robotaxi and Optimus becoming the very tangible future for Tesla. But I have actually a question on the legacy, not the legacy, but the current auto business. And when I look back at the ramp of Model 3 a few years ago, I really saw it as being the iPhone of cars, a new product, completely reinvented, very different user experience, vastly superior, impossible to match for traditional competitors. And for the iPhone, it resulted in the high end of the smartphone market quadrupling in size, and actually Apple taking 60% market share. And so when you look at the Model 3 and the Model Y today, I think they are still really vastly superior to any other cars. And I wonder why they've taken about 15% of their addressable market and not more, actually. So another way to put it is, why are there so many people still buying BMWs and Mercedes, knowing that the Model 3 and the Model Ys are out there and available? And I wonder if you're trying to solve that riddle internally, if you understand why, what are these auto buyers who are not buying a Model 3 or a Model Y missing? And if you have ideas of things you could do to address that, maybe there is enormous value left on the table there. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering these days.
Yeah, the reality is that in the future, most people are not going to buy cars. So it's kind of what one could sort of say, look, if you think you want to continue with your phone metaphor, I mean, you can remember the days of the flip phones when there was 100 different flip phone designs, and I would the mistake that manufacturers made was to try to make many different variants of a flip phone, which was a mistake. They should have made the iPhone. Because obviously everyone's going to want a smartphone. But in the beginning of when the iPhone came out, I was like, wow, I can't believe these guys are not reacting as though this is death. But they didn't. They kept making variants of flip phones. Nokia, I think at one point was the most valuable company in the world, or close to it. But they kept making flip phones. Trying to find another market niche. Maybe somebody wants a phone of a different style, maybe this different color or whatever it is. Nope, they just want a super intelligent phone that can do everything. Just one. So I said this many years ago. But in the future, in the not too distant future, buying a gasoline car that is not autonomous will be like riding a horse while using a flip phone. Some people still do it, but it's rare.
Great. Thank you. The next question comes from Emmanuel Rosner at Wolf. Emmanuel, please unmute yourself.
Great. Thanks for taking my question. So Elon, the public version of the FSD software still has a decent amount of, I guess, intermittent human interventions that are required. So what's still required for the software on your end to get to a level where it doesn't need to be supervised? And I'm asking that in the context of, obviously, the June launch being in the next couple of months. What still needs to happen?
And we are working on a number of items to Yeah. I mean, we are aware of the interventions that are happening in the public bills, and that's why we are hardcore burning it down and really just picking some initial launch city helps us focus on like solving all the issues that you'd face here. For example, like we're focusing on Austin, we're not like solving all the issues that customers in Boston or somewhere else might face. And then here we just like a big list of all the issues, just burn it down, and that's what the team is working on, along with other sort of like redundancy issues. For example, if one of the computers goes down right now in the customer fleet, it would like throw the red hands and ask you to take over, but we don't want that kind of situation. So you're solving both like the reliability issues of the autonomy software and also the reliability issues of the system software together for Austin.
Yeah, it really we just worked through a long tail of unusual interventions. So, and these are really very rare. Like as I was saying earlier, intervention every 10,000 miles. I mean, that's a lot of driving you got to do to even find one case where that happens.
Yeah, and some interventions are happening due to systematic like missing functionality. For example, for handling emergency vehicles correctly, you don't need to consume audio as an input. But then the customer-facing versions don't have audio input, but the version that's in that's going to be in Austin will have audio input and so on.
Okay, but would you have like remote operators, for example?
I mean, every now and then, if a car gets stuck or something, someone will like unblock it. But it's just because we are a bit conservative and tend towards more safety than even if we get stuck every now and then. We do have remote support, but it's not going to be required for safe operation. If anything, it's just required for more availability.
Anyway, it's only a couple months away, so you can just see it for yourself in a couple months in Austin.
Great. Our next question comes from Edison at Deutsche Bank. Edison, please unmute yourself.
Hi, thank you very much for the question. So I want to ask about the Optimus supply chain going forward. You mentioned very fast ramp up. What do you envision that supply chain looking like? Is it going to require many more suppliers to be in the U.S. now because of the tariffs? How does one kind of think about what needs to happen there?
We have to see how things settle out. I don't know yet. Right. I mean, so some things we're doing, as we've already talked about, which is that we've already taken tremendous steps to localize our supply chain. We're more localized than any other manufacturer, and we have a lot of things underway that to increase the localization to reduce supply chain risk associated with geopolitical uncertainty.
Did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, wanted to come back actually to the Robotaxi. Then, do you have a sense on how many cars or how big the scale will be initially and how that might ramp up? I know you're targeting millions of vehicles in the second half kind of next year, but initially at launch, how many vehicles would be reasonable? And is it going to be as simple as if one goes to Austin, let's say in late June or July, you'll be able to request?
Yeah. We're still debating the exact number to start off on day one, but it's like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 vehicles on day one. Watch it carefully, then scale it up rapidly after that. So, we want to make sure that we're paying very close attention the first time this happens. But yeah, you'll be able to, end of June or July, just go to Austin and order a Tesla autonomous drive.
Great. The next question comes from George at Canaccord.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. It has to do with FSD pricing. Could we envision when you launch unsupervised FSD that there could be sort of a multi-tiered pricing approach to unsupervised versus supervised, similar to what you did with autopilot versus FSD in the past? Thank you.
I mean, this is something which we've been thinking about. I mean, just so you know, for people who have been trying FSD and who've been using FSD, they think even the current pricing is too cheap because for $99, you're basically getting a personal show.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to give people more time to if they want to look at, like a key breakpoint is, can you read your text messages or not?
Yes.
Can you write a text message or not? Because obviously people are doing this, by the way, with unautonomous cars all the time. And if you just go for a drive down the highway and you'll see people texting while driving, you know, doing 80 miles an hour.
And putting the makeup on at the same time.
Yeah, putting on makeup, doing their hair with the mirror down, and texting and driving at 80 miles an hour. This is a common occurrence. So people eating lunch, you know, you name it, shaving, you know. Anyway, but right now the car is very insistent that you pay attention to the road, which reduces the value somewhat, because it's very rigorous about you paying attention to the road, and we'll gradually lighten up on that with, you know, every few weeks or every month we'll relax that a little bit, make it so you can be more and more able to do things you want to do, and not have the car demand your rigid attention. So that value, it'll really be profound when you can basically do whatever you want, including sleep, and then that $99 is going to seem like the best $99 you've ever spent in your life.
Great. And George, did you have a follow-up?
My follow-up is about geographic expansion. Just maybe discuss additional markets. You know, there's been some news around India recently that you could launch this year and next. Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, we've been working on getting into India. India is a very hot market, and especially the current, and I don't want to talk just about tariffs, but the current tariff structure with India is that any car which we send in is subject to 70% tariff, also like a 30%, you know, luxury tax on it. So, you know, the same car which we're sending is like 100% more expensive than what it is. So that creates a lot of, you know, anxiety. It's like, you know, people feel, okay, they're paying too much for the car. And by the way, we're not getting the money. The local government is getting the money. And that's why we've been very careful, trying to figure out when is the right time. Like I said, we are working on it. It would be a great market to enter because India has a big middle class, which we would want to tap in, and that is the market which we want to be in. But again, these kind of things create a little bit of tension, which we're trying to work around.
Great, thank you so much. The next question comes from Adam Jonas at Morgan Stanley. Go ahead, Adam. We can't hear you, Adam, so maybe we'll put you back in the queue and we'll move to Colin Langan from Wells Fargo while Adam figures out his audio. Colin, please unmute yourself.
Oh, great. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. You know, you're still sticking with the vision-only approach. A lot of autonomous people still have a lot of concerns about, you know, sun glare, fog, and dust. Any color on how you anticipate on getting around those issues? Because my understanding, it kind of blinds the camera when you get glare and stuff.
Actually, it does not blind the camera. We use an approach which is direct photon count. So when you see a processed image, so the image that goes from the sort of photon counter, so the silicon photon counter, that then goes through a digital signal processor or image signal processor. That's normally what happens, and then then the image that you see looks all washed out, because if you point the camera at the sun, the post-processing of the photon counting washes things out. It actually adds noise. So quite a big breakthrough that we made some time ago was to go with direct photon counting and bypass the image signal processor. And then you can drive pretty much straight at the sun, and you can also see in what appears to be the blackest of night. And then, in fog we can see as well as people can, probably better, but I'd say probably slightly better than people, than the average person anyway. Yeah.
So the camera is able to see when there's direct glare on it. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just there were obviously media reports the other day that the affordable model was delayed. Doesn't sound like that's correct. Those reports also talked about it being more of a cheaper version of the Model Y. Any color on what we should expect? Is it a cheaper version of the Model Y, or is it actually going to be a design change with it?
So I think Lars already covered it in answering one of the say.com questions. The real thing which we are trying to focus on is affordability. And using our existing lines, and there's always limitations when you're using existing lines as to how many different form factors can you bring to. So that's the way I would say you should think about it. And I don't know if Lars anything more to add.
Yeah, and I think I said this before in other calls, like, with the recent upgrades to the Model 3 and the Model Y platforms, we made some pretty great cars at pretty great prices, and we added a bunch of features and things like that. I think it's easy to consider that, moving forward, Tesla doesn't make bad cars, and we always make, our intent is not to make a car that is any worse than any car we've ever produced in the past. And so, the models that come out in the next months will be built on our lines and will resemble and form and shape the cars we currently make. And but the key is that they'll be affordable and you'll be able to buy one.
Great. We might have time for one last question. Adam, we'll try your audio again. You want to try to unmute yourself, Adam? All right. Unfortunately, still not working.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, guys. Technology.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, in the February 28th Joe Rogan interview, Elon, you advocated for a ramp in tariffs to give people time to adjust. Otherwise, quote, you said the system would break and bad things would happen. So are things breaking yet? And if the tariffs as announced remain in place, when would things start breaking?
Well, at the risk of stating the obvious, I'm one of many advisors to the president. I'm not the president. So, but I've made my opinion clear to the president, and that and other people made their opinion clear to the president. He listens, he talks to many people, and he makes his decision. And I'm hopeful that the president will observe whether my predictions are more accurate than the predictions of others, and perhaps weigh my advice differently in the future. We shall see. I'm an advocate of predictable tariff structures, and generally I'm an advocate for free trade and lower tariffs. Now one does need to take a look at where if some country is doing something predatory with tariffs, or is providing extreme support for, if a government is providing extreme financial support for a particular industry, then you have to do something to counteract that. But I think that's on a case-by-case basis strategically. The president is the elected representative of the people, and is fully within his rights to do what he would like to do. So,
okay, Elon, I respect that. Just as a follow-up, and thanks again. Between China and the United States, who, in your opinion, is further ahead on the development of physical AI, specifically on humanoids? and also drones. I'd be interested. And is it even close? And kind of how? Serious. And,
well, I think you know the answer
rate
on
of change.
drones. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, a friend of mine, Naval, made this, posted on X. I reposted it. I think a prophetic statement, which is any country that cannot manufacture its own drones is doomed to be the vassal state of any country that can. And America cannot currently manufacture its own drones. But that's it, Ken. Fortunately. China, I believe, manufactures about 70% of all drones. And if you look at the total supply chain, China is almost 100% of drones have a supply chain dependency on China. So China is in a very strong position. Here in America, and we need to shift more of our people and resources to manufacturing, because this is I have a lot of respect for China because I think China is amazing, actually. But the United States does not have such a severe dependency on China for drones and be unable to make them unless China gives us the parts, which is currently the situation. With respect to humanoid robots, I don't think there's any company in any country that can match Tesla. Tesla and SpaceX are number one. And then now I'm a little concerned that on the leaderboard, ranks 2 through 10 will be Chinese companies. But I'm confident that rank 1 will be Tesla.
Great. Well, I think that's unfortunately all the time we have for today. We appreciate all your questions and look forward to talking to you next quarter. Thank you very much and goodbye.
All right. Okay. We got a lot. How do you feel, guys? How do you feel, Abraham? How do you feel? Let me correct that. All right, summary time. All right, stay patient. Summary time. All right, let's get it. Okay, well, looks like Tesla. Yep, it looks good. But I'm it's a book. As of now, yeah. Malumati 4.68, and then after hours 4.77 is even down. Koni hul, up hul. صباح لعلك 252 point something 37 cents اندحر بريك كرا maybe تسلا كنري انخلنا نا 260 كم اندحر كاينو جن ناب 240 قطع كنري انخل مالتي okay this is why Tesla what we have now so نزخل تبهله قرب بحصر بزبله صمو كنبلينا حوات let's go with it right okay yeah I have the notes and things. So let me see if I'm in a good shape. Okay, good. Welcome again to Habesha Education. What kebab 137 alana. That's good. I'm so happy to see you guys. Kebab خلتم إثنيرنا. I guess boring كونكم مثلا خدكم دحان. أخواتكم نسخون هجون. So مجمرة the good news what we have at Tesla. Tesla. Elon Musk كابزمت ورحي كورحا مش تجسو. Like allocation Dodge darga wordي اللهو ناب تسلا كامباني كملس يخسر حلنا. That is not the best ever news. زي أكتوسلو على اللي مال. زي راح the best ever news. That's a good news. Number 1. Alright. كالو the earning report خمس رأخمو بزح تبقى كم زي نبرة نارينا. كالو so تسلا أبزي زنبرة ناي داون زخونة revenue ويكا أتاويا 19.4 بليون زخونة مغنيات موديل واي كم زبلنايو أكتيفاي نبرتن the whole quarter 1 دقناون ناي بيتكن لزون ترأيو مالتي is kind of بخمزي أملس كم زقبر قليت so نابتحطات كمت إيلان ماسك انتايلو لهم معنتي initially كاب 10 تك 7 هنا روبوتاكسس أستن تكساس بجون كاب 10 تسكاب 20 هنا أبجون that's a good one. That's the best ever news, right? Yeah, June come to match Robotaxi فليتنا لنا so far now عليه كاب 10 سكاب 20 غون بجون كمتس دروب جبران مالتيو. That is another one. بمقصال إيلان ماسك انت إلو demand بتعمي بزح طلب كم زلو ناي تسلا high demand خم زلو يقليس لنا مالتي طلبات أزيو تسلا زبل بتعمي high كم زلو إيو نجرنا. إيلان ماسك انت إلو اب Q1 2025 globally عالماوي test نتي self drive كم زقبرو high like full self drive ويكا بزي سب زور مكينة بزح تيست خم زقبرو اب China جيروم اب إيروبون فتينوم then اب سعودي عربون ترى إلو اب كل نجر اب يس بعبيو so بزح big نجر إنا مالتي. So Elon Musk انت إلو cyber cap ويكا Robotaxi will be built 6 times faster than Model Y. بيش دشت عصفي خون كموديل واي نحنت موديل واي نخسرحسي Robotaxi نخسرحها ب 6 times عصفي like every 5 seconds حزني every 5 seconds Robotaxi كسرح يزبل النازله while 33 second for Model Y تسرح نبرت like produce نخد قبرا production line ننزلنا every 5 second خان Robotaxi produce comes go right إلو. So Elon Musk انتايلو أنا بتعمي أرجعت لكم أبزي later this is أمود هذا زعمزي Model Y بزي سب كزور مخنا ناب customer from factory. That's a good one. نحر أنا Model Y جزء إيش جنا أبنتيز بلوز لهم like كاب زجاج أكو factory نجزاي بعلا تزورات بزي كزخانة سب مالي. That's a good one. So Elon Musk انتايلو more affordable models launch comes go as عمزي أبزي this year لنالو but they are working out last minute أمود أتانا بصراحة كم زلوا إم نجرم نازلوا قرب الليل نايتي economically you know trade globally issue تفتر زلوا بسنج تعرف الليل slow down كوين لمر تا more affordable كم زمسا ويكا خم تمس نجرنا له. Elon Musk says FSD ويكا full self drive and supervisor will be available in person NISA personal owner Tesla is several US cities by the end of 2025. That is a good one. Personally in the Tesla قال لكم كوين حوات تم تسلا زل لكم تم هابتمات أنا وكايب اللين جنا خهبتم علني ناي تسلا شر كاب شحن قال أنت حربتي حخهبتم يا معليتي. So إيلان ماسك انت إلو تم تسلا مكينة زل لكم باي مودات هذا عمزي full self drive أب استفعل لك كتماتات زيجن لايسنس كف كريليوم أب استفعل لك كتماتات بزي سب كزور تغلي. That's a good one معليت. So اوكي ايلان ماسك انت إلو خالق روبوتاكسي بالتعمي انكريز كم تقبر ابتي لايك لوكالي زخونه بالتعمي انكريز كقبرك مخاني قالي زلو let's pass that. Elon Musk انت إلو I predict there will be a millions of Tesla operating autonomous by the second half of 2026. alright بمفارق نعمتها كل تسحن شدش مفارق almost millions of million like FSD wake up full self drive mechanical in an amateur one. That's a good one. Next year by now malati millions of million mechanic but they sub can. So Elon Musk قال Tesla still expected caps to be in excess of 10 billion in 2025. Yeah, of course. مالت بزح وضعيتات كلهم خلق ساب 10 بليون يخون وضعيتات كم تقول بزح عمل زي نقولنا زلو نزم كلن الصراحة نحر كوينن تكاب كباب 10 بليون as of now كباب 37 بليون على تسلا and then 10 بليون يخون خون نز كله مسارحتات كوت مخاني نقولنا زلو that's fine تاجا ما يكون. alright كاد so Elon Musk انت إلو the future of Tesla is brighter than ever. هجي كابتز نبرة أزيو bright كم زلو أزيز نقح كم زلو إبلنا له ناي تسلا مالتي. قال إيلان ماسك انت إلو I think Tesla will be able to produce 1 million Optimus robot per year by 2030. حزن إذا بخلي تشحن ثلاثا almost نحد عمت 1 مليون يكون robots not Robotaxi كون زلو robots. Let me share this. Robot sim zarab zalloha. Where is my robot? I should have it. Look this. This almost had a million khon. Look this. Elon Musk 1 million Optimus robots per year by 2030 nalo. That is a great one. What? Is it a game changer? very good like 2030 ርሑቕ ኣይኮነን ቀረባ እዩ ማለት እዩ ነቶም ሎንግ ተርም ኢንቨስተር ኢና ንዛረብ ዘለና ሓዋስ ሾርት ተርም ኢንቨስተር ተሊኹም ኣብርሃሎ ወዲ ሓዊ ባያ ቦታ ኣይኮነን ማለት እዩ so ኢላን ማስክ እንታይ ኢልና we expected ሕጂ ንፅበዮ ዘለና thousands ኣሽሓት ይኾኑ ኦፕቲመስ ሮቦትስ ኣብቲ ናይ ተስላ ፋክተሪ ክሰርሑ ምዃኑ this ዓመት ተፀቢናልና so yeah then after that production history እንደ ዓበየ ንዓመታ ከባቢ 50,000 ሎም ዓመት ከባቢ 5,000 ስጋ 15 እንድሕር ኮይኖም ንዓመታ 50,000 60,000 እንዳበላ ኸዳኸለ by 2030 ንዓመት 1 ሚልዮን ኮፍሪኦም ኦፕቲመስ ወይ ከዓ ሮቦትስ that's a lot Elon Musk እንታይ ኢሉ one hands up once we make it work in a few cities in USA ኣብ ከተማታት USA let's say ዝዓመዚ FSD approve ምስገበሩ then we can make it work in any cities in America then by next year ንኣብነት ብዙሕ ከተማታት ብዙሕ production of robotaxi ከም ዝመጽእ ዘሎ ዝዓመዚ maybe like maybe California ክትህሉ ትኽእል እያ ወይ ከዓ Denver ክትህሉ ትኽእል እያ and then maybe 4-5 ከተማታት ክህልዋ ክእለን ኣብዚ ዓመት እዚ ማለት እዩ እንድሕር ኣብ ቴክሳስ ካብ 10 ካብ 10 እስካብ 20 እንተመፅን ካሊፎርኒያ ደንቨር maybe something like that Arizona እንድሕር ኣምፅኦምን then ካብኡ big next year big production line ክሳብ ዝኾነ robotaxi ብዙሓት ክህልዋን so we'll see ክንገዝእ ንኽእል ንድሕር ኮይና ካብኡ ገና buy them Elon Musk ከም ወይ ዝበሎም So yeah, next year more comes next month more comes material. Elon Musk says autonomy will start move financial needle for Tesla starting in the middle of second half of 2026. That's a good one. إذا كل نريد أن إحنا حوات financial كلا نقول أن إحنا كاب نعمة ما فارق زلوا إذا كل numbers كأتيو then profit كريو EPS high كوني market gonna be high Tesla is gonna be high. Next year an average كاب زلاتو price عمد كاب هجي maybe around شح by now by next year June get nazi نحن شر maybe شح كنري أنخلنا كابز بلوز اللي according his explain مالتي that's a good one yep all right I think so that's all summaries خلص أنحى this is yeah as of now 3 billion cash كم دلوا أنا I think so that's all. Let me see. Breaking Tesla, release first image. I think so that's all. Let me see some points that in the Harris. Yeah, millions of Tesla will be operating autonomous next year by 2025. Yes, financially, إذا كلنا نبلزلنا autonomous car next year contribute جبرا سون تباهلا. Yeah, that is all over hello the how bay. زلنا very good news, very great, very lovely. This is great. This is great. By let's say half of next year, we'll see all this autonomous line up Korean what? Then what happens here? Nothing. Just keep buying Tesla, right? So why Tesla sorry why let's get it out why the market little up ኮይኑ አንተ ቦን ይሽተገልጽ ኣነረ good thing is እንታይ ኢሉ Trump to ኢሉ ነበረ Trump by the way Trump he's fire ከም ዘይገብሮ ንጅሮም ፓውል ገሊጽልና ኣሎ that's mistake fire ክኾን ይኽእል ካል ዝነበረ no he's not planning to fire Jerome Powell that's why where it go I thought أنت بزرعه مثلني. Yes, this is come here. All right, listen. There you go, right in here. Thank you. Stop. Trump said he has no intention of firing Fed Jerome Powell. That's why our market is up. Pre-market very good, very up. Pre-market is way up is because of that. Like down is almost about 1.70 up, and then S&P future is almost 2% up. Nasdaq is 2.18, and then I know Treasury bond is almost about 0.12 base point up to. So here we go. This is what we had, and then today was closed good the market, and then we have good market, and then some hope this ምስ ቻይና ነግሸሽን ክህሉ ከም ዝኽእል ስምምዕ ከም ዝኽእል ዓንተቦ እውን ኣሕሊፍና ኢና ገሊፅና ኢና ሕጂ እውን ድሕሪ ሕጂ እውን ኣሕዋት ምሳናቶም ምሳና ክትመሃሩ ደልዩ ወልካም እዚ ግን ብትክክል not emotional so yeah thank you so much I'll see you next almost 3 ساعات 20 دقيقة قرنا الله we need a break ካልእ ፕሊዝ ኣሕዋት እቶም እንድሕር እዚ ዘይምጥነኩም ኮይኑ let me say the word ዘይምጥነኩም ክንኮልና ኣብዚ ዕላማ እዚ እንተዘየለኹም ኣብዚ ናይ ፋይናንሻል ባክግራውንድ ዕላማ ናይ ምምሃሪ ናይ ምባሊ ናይ ምፍላጥ እንተዘየለኹም እዚ ዘይትፈልጡ እንድሕርኩም you don't have to ግዜኹምን ጉልበትኩምን ኣይተጥፉ ቴክስቱን ኣይትግበሩ ናንሰንስ ቴክስት ኣይትግበሩ ግዜኹም ኣይተጥፉ go to ኣበይ ኢኻ ጥዕመካ ንዓኻ ኣበይ ኢኻ ግዜኻ ተጥፍእ ንዓኻ ግዜኻ ብግቡእ ተጠቀመሉ ኣብዚ መፂኻ ኔጌቲቭ ኮመንት ክትፅሕፍ መፂኻ nothing to me I don't care I'm Habesha Education but you like valuable ናትካ ነጥቢ ግን ብጣዕሚ lowless ትገብሮ ኣለኻ why do you lowless በቃ ቻናል ናይ Habesha Education ያለካ subscribe ጌርካ ኣለኻ exit I'm not subscribe ገሪ ለልምነካ ነንስ አይደለካ exit and go not to the leka this is not TikTok this is we are speaking is economy finance እና ንዛረብ ዘለና ብዛዕባ ፋይናንስ and economy maybe the ቦታ ዘይለኻሉ ምችነት ክፈጥረልካ ይኽእል ወይ እውን ንስኻ ዘይደልዮ ክትከውን ትኽእላ ወይ እውን ንዑ ብቁዕ ዘይክትከውን ትኽእላ let me say that ብቕዓት ዘይብልካ እውን ክትከውን ትኽእላ ነዚ ክትመሃረውን so stop wasting your time ኣብዚ ታእቲካ and then why do you write like nonsense comment thank you appreciate it guys all right I'll see you guys please be patient let's go market 2026 is going to be the top one but this year starting all right guys thank you